You got donuts over there too, Ryan?
Yeah, I brought us all donuts, yo.
What kind you get?
I did a little mixture. I
just
said, give me
you
a
got
mix.
A chocolate cake donut in there?
I ate it.
Yeah.
They only gave us one. I ate it before anybody showed up because I knew it'd get snatched.
Hush?
Yeah.
How do you get Mars from Hush?
It used to be called Mars. They changed the name.
I'll grab one of those.
Oh,
all right. Boy.
All right, let's get this going.
What's your guys' favorite donut, like flavor? Ooh. Where's that from?
I gotcha. They have a good one at Jubilee.
I've never been to Jubilee Donuts before. It's good.
I really like old-fashioned donuts.
You got some napkins in that sack? You might need them, man. That donut's going to be all messy.
I don't want to touch it. Is that blueberry in the corner?
Your blueberry in the corner. I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I just went through. Just take it.
Well,
if it's not, put it back.
That's my favorite.
Take a bite, put it back. Somebody will eat it.
I don't think it has.
Yeah, I just went through and just said, give me a mix because you're not open inside. So you can't point and pick out.
Mm-hmm.
So.
God, I was hoping those donuts would just be like.
I know. I was holding on to them.
Assholes. All right.
It is. Fuck yeah.
Is blueberry?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
We're just going to do a video chat with her. Are we just you guys going to be in the video?
No, we're going to do Zoom. So she'll be added in with our 4 screens. There'll be a 5th one for when she's on. Yeah, you guys won't be able to see it, though.
She hot?
Yeah. She's cute.
I'll give you a thumbs up.
Yeah, she's cute. That's why we're having you on, Misty, because you're attractive. Fuck the pizza. We just thought you were good looking and we wanted to look at you. So let's clear that up now.
You know what time it is.
Podcast Tuesday!
Live from Made to Motivate.
Has the goddamn Coca-Cola's house on a Tuesday night? Damn it!
What up, guys? It's Made to Motivate Podcast, Season 2, Episode 25. This is your host, Ryan Weiss. And I'm joined, as always, by Nicholas, the donut-eating Mancuso.
What up, guy?
What up, guy?
It's a good donut.
We got Jesse, the texting asshole punk.
I'm reading
from
your
Sports
notes.
Illustrated. What's going on, sir?
I was reading your notes.
Okay. So you don't forget what we're going to talk about?
Yeah.
How's it going?
I'm going to leave it up just in case. I'm doing good.
Did you guys send notes?
And we got Christopher, the film freak, Kessinger.
What's going on?
What's going on, bud?
Nothing. Just enjoying the weather.
Enjoying the weather, enjoying donuts, sliders,
Nugs.
honey mustard from Bojangles. Just having a little platter over here. Anything new and exciting from last week? Anybody just want to chime in before I do it around the room and get no, I didn't do anything exciting? Oh,
Yeah,
Nick,
went
you
on
did do something exciting
Nick
this
did
time,
something.
actually, though.
Yeah.
Nicholas, what did you do?
I
since
went
last
on
week?
vacation.
Yes. Where'd you go?
Atlantic Beach, North Carolina.
This dude planned an entire vacation just around going to Bojangles
Yeah, man.
so he could get honey mustard.
How many times did you go?
I think like 4.
Wow. That's dope, though.
That's big even for me.
Hey, man, if you know you like it and you don't get it very often, how was the trip?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
What did you guys do? What was your favorite thing you did?
We went on this boat ride out to see dolphins.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then there's a island out there that has wild horses.
Okay.
So the like whenever the Portuguese came over, like in the 1700s or whatever, they brought horses
Yeah.
and they just like are on that island. So it's like
Left them there and they
mhm,
took over.
it's the only breed of horse that is like that in the world. So they know that like that's where they're from. It's like an 18-mile long like wild island. So they're not fed. Nobody like takes care of them. They just kind of live on their own. So there's boat tours that can take you out to see the dolphins, and then if you're lucky, the horses will come out on the beach. You can kind of see them running. We didn't see any of them.
That's dope.
The boat was like a big like catamaran boat. It held like 50 people.
Wow.
There's probably like 10 people on the boat with us, but some other boat called in and said that they saw the horses. So the captain was like, just hold on, guys. We're going to try to get over there as fast as we can. Bro, I don't do boats.
No? Do you get seasick?
No, it just freaks me out.
Like Jaws?
Like I can't stand ocean water.
Ocean
like,
water
I
freaks
would
me
need-
out too.
Out in the middle of like the ocean,
Mhm.
this dude was booking it. Like we were hitting waves and like jumping.
Easy, buddy. Come
Bro,
on.
and I was sitting on the side so I could see the dolphins. And I'm just like gripping onto the bro.
Jeez.
Craziest thing is there was a bar in the back of the boat. So like
Oh, yeah.
a bartender was back there.
Oh, shit.
That's dope.
This dude looked just like Bradley Cooper.
Yeah? You tell him?
Is he spilling drinks while he's making it, or is he just bouncing with it?
No, he's just like chilling on his phone. Like he does this forever, like all the time.
He probably does.
He does.
I could not stop looking at this dude.
Hey.
I whatever.
Yeah? Were you checking out his junk?
No.
Oh.
I don't know if his junk looked like Bradley Cooper.
Brett-
They look like rocket raccoons.
But it was just odd to me.
Yeah.
I was trying to like snap a picture of him like secretly.
Yeah, he probably gets it all the time.
All
I would
the
imagine.
time.
You should
Yeah.
tell him.
He has to.
I tell people
Yeah.
that.
I've never seen anybody that looks more like anyone else in my life.
Really? That distinct, huh?
Yeah.
There's this girl that comes to my work that looks exactly like Gal Gadot.
Shut up.
I
Get
swear.
outta here.
I swear to you. I swear to you. She looks exactly like Gal Gadot.
Does she talk like her?
No.
Oh.
She looks just like her, though. And I told her the first time I ever met her. And
She's like, I get that all the time.
I really,
Oh,
well, I
love
really
that
was.
accent.
I was really
I'm
hesitant.
terrible with accents.
I was hesitant to say anything because I didn't want her to think I was hitting on her, but she like just literally looked like Gal
That's why
Gadot,
I didn't
and
want
was
to say anything to
like,
him either because I felt like he was going to be like,
Hey,
dude,
like you look like Zach Galifianakis.
he could get it.
Let's get hung over.
Do you guys ever get anybody that like you look like someone?
White James Harden.
Yeah.
Every
White
single day
James
of my
Harden?
life. Every single day of my life, bro. White James Harden.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jesse, what do you get told you look like?
Owen Wilson when I had my long hair. Now I don't get anything.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I kind of see it.
Wow. What did you do fun and exciting since last show?
I went out to Indiana, visited my sister.
You got a gun?
I got a gun, got an AR, got the scope for it and everything. That thing's dope.
Dope.
I helped Ryan build an AR.
Yeah, we had a good time building that AR step by step.
I don't understand.
Can we
what
tell that
happened.
story? Yeah, we're gonna.
I
tell
couldn't
that
tell what
story.
happened
Hey,
because
we
I
can
don't.
tell it.
So mine came in
Jesus.
2 pieces because you save a lot of money if you build it yourself, and they considered that building it because I had a complete upper, complete bottom, put it together, put 2 pins in, and I was done. Ryan decided that he wanted to fully build the base of his,
I wanted to
gun.
learn about the gun and know
Sure.
how it functioned.
which is
and
fine.
So I
Yeah.
did a kit, like where you have to fully assemble it.
So we start making this, and we're like, oh man, this is going to be a pain in the ass. We're watching videos, and we're putting it together, and it's coming together pretty well. Some of it's pain, but like overall, it's pretty easy. Well, underneath your trigger goes your trigger guard, and Ryan puts it in there, and he's trying to get the pin in, and we can't get the pin in, and we're like, what the fuck? Why isn't this? We're pushing it, pressing it, it's not going. Finally, we're getting a hammer and knocking it through, and we're thinking it's just really tight because it's trying to hold machine
Sure.
together,
Right.
and
Here's where the
everything
stupid part
else,
comes in.
the trigger, the hammer, everything else that's difficult to put together on this gun went together flawlessly.
Mhm.
We hammered it in backwards, which wouldn't be a problem except for when we went to put the magazine in the gun, the trigger guard has a little lip that blocked the magazine. So his gun is completely useless. So he's like, all right, well, we just got to grab the pin and pull it out. We hammered it all the way in, so there's nothing to even grab with like
Oh God!
needle nose like pliers or anything.
And because it was backwards, the side that I put the pin in wrong, there's no hole on the other side. So
Yeah.
you couldn't like push it out because it was backwards.
So there's nothing
So
to
it's
even like
supposed to
force through
be-
the other end.
It's supposed to be double-sided holes so that if you ever want to take it out, you can push it out.
Yeah.
But I put it in the wrong side, so there wasn't that hole to push it
So
out.
what do? Just return it and be like, I need another one.
So luckily
on.
for us, the guard is the one piece of machinery on this that is made of plastic. We cut it in half with a knife and then lit it on fire and melted it off until we could get to the pin, and then had to shimmy the pin out and order a new one.
Yeah. So me and Jesse are sitting here.
I have photos of it on fire.
Do you have them?
Yeah. I thought I sent them to you guys.
You
I didn't
did
get
send
that.
them, but I did not understand what was going on.
So
Yeah,
literally-
we literally lit it on fire.
I'm sitting here with a firearm in my hand.
A
and
firearm.
and a blowtorch, and I'm melting it.
That's why I said that can't be good,
Dude,
man.
it
No,
was
it stunk
awful.
and it didn't melt like easily.
It was like a plastic coating,
Yeah.
and then inside was like, I don't even know how to describe it, but like it only melted the top coat off,
Mhm.
and then it just like got hard and like charred, and I don't know. I don't even know how to describe what it was, but it was so awful.
It was terrible.
Never put together a gun fully. Overall, it went well until we put the fucking thing on wrong.
Let me see if I can find
Neither
this
here nor
photo.
there. But yeah.
Yeah.
So you built a gun. You.
Yeah, I saw that picture.
So this is
So that's already cut in half,
Oh,
and it's just
God.
burning up into like whatever it's called, wherever you put your magazine.
God, that's embarrassing.
I figured for you guys, it would be like a cinch putting that thing together.
It was not. Like putting it together wasn't hard as far as like not knowing how to put it together.
Mhm.
It's just all the stuff fits together very snug and like perfect because I mean it's a gun.
Yeah.
It just happened to be that when we put it in, it was backwards.
Yeah.
It wasn't that we had to force it into place and it looked like it belonged there, and it could have been for the pins to go there.
Yeah.
And other things like putting the hammer together was like a pain in the ass because you had to have the spring perfectly and put tension, and like our instructions were not great. So yeah. And then at the end, we were just like, of all the fucking things.
We were so pumped we got it done. Well, like we didn't have the trigger guard on because we tried it. The very first thing we tried to do was put the trigger guard on, and we couldn't get it to work. So like, screw it. We'll just build the gun, and then we're gonna take a picture of it. And just like we can't take a picture without the trigger guard on it. That's gonna look stupid. So then we fucking go and put the trigger guard on and fuck it up, and then take a picture without it on there anyway.
Good thing it didn't look stupid.
Because we had to burn it off.
So we had to burn it off then.
Also, I could make a fucking meme for Warzone.
And then I ordered a new one that night and put it on with the one that I ordered from Amazon. Like actually had screws, so you just could put it on and off easily and didn't have to melt it apart.
That's cool. You can buy gun parts off Amazon,
right?
Yeah, you can buy pretty much
anything off Amazon
except for the gun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like
or ammo. I don't think you get ammo on there either.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never tried to buy ammo. Probably not.
I don't think you can.
Etsy.
Just like the accessories and like little parts. Yeah.
Dude, I bet you the guns and stuff on Etsy are dope. I don't know if they have them on there, but could you imagine like the custom shit that they make on there?
Seems a little sketchy.
Dude,
there's a YouTuber I watch that makes just like crazy art and stuff.
Yeah.
And he did these art pieces and they're like resin guns. And it's just a mold of like a gun. And then he put like flowers inside of it.
Yeah.
And he called it the Peacemaker.
Oh, wow.
And then he has a little bullet that's like clear acrylic. Yeah. There's like a little flower in it.
That's dope.
It looks really cool.
Nice.
I want to send that video to like every gun rights person.
There's other ones with like there's sprinkles inside. It's like the gun's like full of it was pretty cool.
Huh.
Christopher?
Nothing too exciting. Just getting my vacation together for October. I too am going to North Carolina, and hotels like the 5-star ones are really cheap right now.
Man.
Freaking loving it.
They're really nice.
Mm-hmm.
On our way back, me and Jen stayed in a Hyatt, and we had like an entire apartment. We had like a kitchen. We had like 3 different rooms.
Nice.
Nice.
She said you had a really good bed at the one place she stayed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she told me to ask you about it.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Did she? Yeah. You commented on it.
Did you get what I left on your pillow?
No, because we're looking for a new bed. So
yeah.
Because we have a queen now, we really just want to adjustable.
Oh, the individuals?
Because the one we have now adjusts.
But it's just one.
But it's just one. So like she wants to be like straight up in the air.
Yeah.
The best search you could look for. Do not waste as much money as possible. Like
on that.
It's a great buy.
Yeah. Dope. So vacation, going to Carolina, got your head shaved again.
Yeah, well, I did it myself this time.
Oh,
actually.
Did you?
So yeah, like it turned out okay. There was just one spot in the back, like right by your what do they call that bump? Like
your moose knuckle?
Yeah, on the back of your head there.
Your skull hook.
Moose knuckle's something totally different.
I'm sure that's not it, but yeah. So there was like a little bit of hair on that, and I looked at a mirror. I'm like, yeah, did 98% good.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I would have never known. It looked like you went and got it done again.
Yeah. I did it last night.
Dope.
Are you still thinking about doing it?
Yeah, but every time I get my hair cut, then I don't want to. Like when it's freshly cut, I'm like, no, I'm good. But then when it starts to get long again,
let's just do it right now for the show.
Fuck no, I got a haircut. I got a haircut tomorrow.
Do it for the vibe.
It'll be golden. I'll eventually get to it. But
I'll do it right now.
I like it.
Do it.
Cool. I built a gun, kind of properly and improperly.
Built, then burnt, then built again.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't have to do that to your deck. You don't have to burn it
Let's
down.
not burn the deck down. The deck's moving along well, so
it really messed that up.
I'm on vacation this week, so I'm super pumped about that. Just to not do anything.
I only work 3 days this week.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
What do you have? Just cause? You have like vacation?
No, we're
time?
off. They're closed Thursday and Friday.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's dope. To celebrate the 4th because it's on a Saturday.
Envious.
Cool. Well, you guys want to get into Let's Get Social?
Let's do it.
So we've got a special guest we're going to have join us here, Misty and Jason. I'm going to add them on here to the Zoom, and then we'll get going. Let me get them added on here. Yo, what is going on, Misty and Jason? You might be muted.
Hello.
We're gonna have.
Muted.
Yo, what's going on?
Hey.
Guys,
Hey, we're gonna get you introed. We're gonna start the segment. We're gonna go over your guys' topic with. So you're gonna hear some loud noise for just a second, and then we'll get going.
Okay.
It is July 20th, 1969, and man is about to land on the moon.
Freedom itself was attacked this morning by a faceless coward, and freedom will be defended.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
That's the way the news goes.
All right, guys, we got Let's Get Social. So like I was saying, we got a special guests on. We've got Misty and Jason Laska. As you all know, we are all big fans of pizza. We have our own pizza task force, and we grade things on cheese poll and all kinds of fun stuff. And we talked about pizza most recently with delivery issues and things like that. And Misty and Jason are both huge fans of pizza, and their favorite pizza place is Little Caesars, apparently. And we wanted them to come on and talk about the pizza task force and their most recent experience with Little Caesars Pizza. So what's going on, guys? You had a pretty interesting experience recently. You want to tell us what happened?
I should have brought the pizza out so that I could just hold it up for you guys. You can actually see this firsthand. Yeah, so I messaged my husband. He was at my mother's house yesterday remodeling her bathroom. And it was late. It was like almost 10 o'clock when he was on his way home. And I'm like, so did you get me anything to eat? And he's like, no. And I'm like, oh, well, you better. And he's like, fine, I'll get you some pizza, right? Stops at Little Caesars, picks me up a pepperoni. And mind you, that's kind of not our first choice. Never, usually.
Right.
But it was open and it was closed right on their way home. So he goes in, he asks, what do you guys have available? And there's like one pepperoni and one cheese. He asked for the pepperoni. Then pulling, it out, they usually everybody's saying that people would actually check this. I have never experienced anybody open a pizza box and
Me
show
either.
me it.
I've never seen a hot and they never check
Not
it in
with
the hot
cheese,
and
no.
they just
go.
Yeah, exactly. So he comes home and he just sets it down on the counter for me. He's like, here you go. And I'm like, sweet. Grab my plate, about to eat like 5 slices, couldn't wait. I open it up, and the first thing I noticed, I didn't even my vision didn't even grasp the image. It was just I seen a bunch of pepperoni that was looked retarded, and then I seen that there was no slices. It wasn't cut, and I was like, hold the phone, right? And then my eyes came into focus, and I seen the image, and I was just like my jaw dropped to the floor. I look over at Jason, and the first thing I said was, did you order this? I know that you can go in and say, I want a fresh one, and that you can stand there and wait, and they'll make you a whole fresh pizza.
Right.
Well, he's like, no, of course not. I just asked for one out of the warmer. So, I was like, okay, because look at this. What the hell? And he comes over, and both of us are just looking at each other like.
Yeah, so there's a picture.
Yeah, my jaw dropped. Yeah.
I'll show you a pic. For the people that are watching, I'll show a picture of it, and then for our listeners, you guys can describe what you got.
Yeah. So it's basically I turned around when Misty asked me if I ordered it, and they made it right then. I turned around and saw a swastika made out of pepperoni on the pizza.
And
Wow.
our first thoughts was not that was a Hindu version of peace and divinity and good fortune.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of slack
because
from.
I feel like that hasn't actually been.
Yeah, we're getting
that
a lot
way
of
for
slack
many,
from
many
people online
moons now.
trying to say that it just because it was reversed or something. I actually, to be honest with you, I didn't even know this.
I was gonna say.
Apparently, if you reverse a swastika in Hindu, it's supposed to mean peace and love. But in the third, I actually researched this today because of so many people. I mean, thousands of people are blasting us online
Did you
right
know
now.
if you flip someone off upside down, it means that you love them?
Yeah. I actually
I do that
looked.
all the time.
I actually looked this stuff up, today because it was, so many people were calling this out, and there were just so many haters online.
Right.
So I looked it up, and indeed, a long time ago, but in the 30s, the Nazis
took over.
Stole that symbol and flipped it around and made the swastika out of it. And now, of course, everybody recognizes it, at least in the Western world, as a symbol of hatred,
Let's be honest. The people that work at Little Caesars don't know that you can reverse the swastika and make it a Hindu symbol.
No, a couple of teenagers are not that. Yeah,
they're not that woke. Okay.
No, and that's the thing.
Or educated, shall I say, in history.
Apparently, we got the story, throughout the day. Little Caesars corporate has called us, and the franchise owner has called us and explained to us that apparently there was a couple of teenagers that thought it would be funny to play a prank on one of their other coworkers.
Yeah.
And they ran it through the oven. That's why it wasn't cut. They just ran it through the oven, put it in a box, and put it in the warmer for him to see at the end of the night. And it was never meant to go out to a customer, but it clearly it did.
Obviously it did.
Yeah.
I think that's bullshit because every single, we had this cake incident
Dairy
a week
Queen.
ago where they put the N-word on a cake and they said that was a joke for their buddy's birthday party. And now they have this pizza and they're like, oh, it was a joke. I think these kids are just assholes or they're just really stupid and they're like, oh yeah, nobody will care. They'll think it's funny or something like that.
Very generational in my opinion. This entire generation of teenagers are rude and they're disrespectful and they have no morals anymore and just compassion towards people. It's like, wow, you guys thought that was funny to put that on something and on company time at that, risking it going out to customers. There was no point in that at all. There was nothing funny about it. It was completely uncalled for and disrespectful.
Yeah, yeah, I think the younger generations aren't being educated enough in, this is, you might think this is funny, but I mean, use your brain, especially in nowadays, with, things being, as all the sensitive topics that we deal with on a day-to-day basis nowadays over the past year or two. Use your head, man. What are you thinking?
Yeah, of all times to do something like that with everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it never okay, but it just seems so ignorant. And then for you guys to be getting backlash for it,
tons. Our social media is I had to stop looking at Facebook because I shared it. We both shared it, and a buddy of ours asked me to make mine public so he could share it. And within an hour, I had over 150 shares, and it just exploded. It just went everywhere. So I was getting comments from people I didn't even know on my post, and I was getting direct messages. I was getting people were coming into my DMs
hate speech. A lot of
they were
calling us racist.
They thought it was
posting it.
They thought it was fake,
or
and they were calling
you're
us
stirring
racist.
the pot. Are you mad that we want to raise awareness? We are a part of this fight, yo. Come on. Don't get mad because we're just speaking out and we're not going to stay silent. And if we see something like this and it came to us, what did you expect?
Yeah.
They were getting a lot of people also saying that it's fake. We made this.
Yeah. I never expected. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. No, I never expected people to twist it and call it fake. And then it progressively, as you go down the comments, it progressively just gets darker and darker, and people just start getting meaner and meaner.
Oh, you see a lot of true colors come out on those comments.
Eventually, I mean, I'm a bald guy with a beard and tattoos. You can imagine. I'm sure you probably think a bunch of people are calling me a Nazi, and
somebody called him an Aryan.
Yeah, and it's those are the kinds of things that we're dealing with right now.
Oh my God.
I was on the Channel 19 comments, scrolling through and looking at it, and they're like, that doesn't even look like Little Caesars pepperoni. They probably got their own pepperoni. And
I mean, are you serious, man? Are you the Little Caesars pepperoni professional inspector or some shit? Man, come on, get out of here.
Yeah, and more people were focused on that it's not cut over what the issue. I'm like, who cares?
Yeah.
They
Like,
didn't cut
it wasn't
because-
cut. Who would do that? They're trying to say that because it's not cut, it's a frozen pizza that we
Right.
pulled out of our freezer and did that too. I'm like,
Right.
have you ever seen a frozen pizza compared to a Little Caesars pizza? This is obviously a Little Caesars pizza. Look at how like it is for real.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean,
I
if
could tell by the cardboard
my
edges.
DiGiorno,
Yeah, yeah.
the DiGiorno would look way better.
Yeah. I've unfortunately
Way
had my fair
fluffier
share
crust.
of those, so they're awful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's
God.
and you know it's fun. It's not funny. It's horrible. Even now, after the fact that it has come out, and the news stations are picking this up, and they're public. I don't think Little Caesars has made a public announcement yet, but the news channels are verifying that these 2 employees got terminated.
Yeah.
People are still calling us liars, and I'm like, well, they got terminated. You can't just. If it was fake, you can't fire somebody. It's wrongful termination.
Somebody shared it on my Instagram, like saying, "Oh, I think these people made it up. What do you think?" And like all these people are like, "No, read the article." And he's like from ESPN,
Yeah,
actually, and he like shared it, and I'm like, "Okay, so you're just gonna call like random people liars for no reason?"
Right.
But then he's seen the proof. Somebody tagged him in the proof, like the actual 19 Action News post, and they were like, "Here you go." And the dude's like, "Okay."
Right.
Yeah.
No apology for being like, "Oh, I'm sorry for saying you're a liar."
Yeah.
What a
But,
way to
I
like
mean,
start a race war too. Like we made a Nazi pizza and that'll get everybody going.
I know, right? Like, and the thing is, it's like, whether or not the kids had intent, right? I mean, it's really irrelevant.
mhm.
Like, it's like, you're running the risk of that getting out, and we were super offended, ourselves, but
I was offended because like my children could have been here and seen that. Like
Yeah.
my daughter, who is a mixed child that has already experienced like things because of that.
Right.
And like if she would have seen that, I would have been like, oh my God, like
Now
she's
we have
11
to
years old.
explain,
She actually
yeah.
knows what that symbol is.
Mhm.
She's actually learned about it in school, like the
Mhm.
Nazi version.
Yeah.
So she would have seen it. I mean, she probably would have been terrified. 11 or not, she's a smart child. So it's like you couldn't hide that from her.
I can't imagine if I mean, it was bad enough that we found, we saw that, and we were, clearly we were offended and whatnot. Who wouldn't be, right? But
Right.
but I can't even imagine if some poor family that happened to be Jewish brought that home and then opened it up in front of their whole family, and I'm just, oh my God, like, good. That's like the ultimate. I don't know. That's just a horrible scenario.
So you guys
yeah,
have
and that's
done
the thing. Like, it's ignorance. It's ignorance on these kids' part.
You've done several interviews today. This happened yesterday. So you
Yeah.
had a couple interviews with the news and stuff the last couple days. Little Caesars, they haven't apologized.
Just today, actually. Like this actually happened last night, and then today we're blown up.
Right. So I'm kind of curious. Other than the firing, if they're going to come out, it's obviously getting a lot of publicity. If they're going to come out and say something, firing the people is great and all, but I mean that's just
because of the people who did it were said to be minors. I don't think that they will be publicly apologizing or anything. I'm wondering about Little Caesars. Like, are they going to say anything?
Yeah, I don't know. I talked to their corporate today. They called me, and they made no mention of making any type of a public apology. They asked me, what can we do to try to kind of alleviate the situation for you, for me personally.
Refund your pizza?
And I told them, the damage is done. You guys send a swastika to my house, for crying out loud. It's like, I mean, intentionally or not.
Yeah.
That's So but they made no mention of any type of public apology or anything like that.
It speaks to the environment that those kids were allowed to work in. Like they felt that it was safe enough that their supervisors probably weren't going to notice or not care.
Yeah.
So it has to be some type of issue within that.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head when you said they wouldn't notice. Because the owner, I know, happens to be. I'm not sure if he's Middle Eastern but he's.
They said he's Palestinian, I think.
Okay, so yeah, so I would think that he would, not be okay with it himself, But I think the issue lies in, they feel like, in the late shifts, they can just get away with whatever they want. And they have lack of supervision.
Every time I go into that place, though, there's like children that are running the whole joint, and they're always very unprofessional about their service. I was there one time, and there was a person in front of me, and they were rude to. I actually took my mom there one time, and she went inside, and they were rude to my mom and called her "oh granny." And then obviously I went in there and had some words for the little boy that said that to her, and I didn't say anything else. I just said something to him, and left.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, wow, like this place is really unprofessional. Like nobody there is professional. There's a bunch of kids that have no respect. They're not like good children. You could just tell by the way they treat you.
Right.
Like you'll walk up and they'll be like, what can I get you? They're not like, hi, welcome, nothing nice. They don't smile.
Right.
They're not very friendly people. So it's just like, this wasn't that shocking, but it was shocking.
Yeah,
their service equates to the quality of their pizza. They both suck.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, absolutely.
What location was this at?
Brook Park. So
Smith
and Snow Road in Brook Park. Yeah.
Yeah. That's real sad. I would hope, like, if I'm the PR person for Little Caesars, you would think they would want to come out and say something, because I mean, any situation like this can be very detrimental to their reputation. So
yeah, I'm sure that, and I'm sure that's why they reached out to me today from corporate. I think they're trying to get out in front of this, because I think that they saw how fast it spread just overnight.
Yep.
And I think that they're afraid that it's going to end up going national and may hurt them nationally.
Absolutely.
I mean, it has been shared in lots of different states already.
Yeah, but I mean on a viral level, like actually, like
It's
super.
getting there.
I foresee it spreading pretty far, honestly. Like I
think so. The last we looked on the 19 website, the article had already been shared almost 1,600 times. So it's definitely.
Yeah, like 19 Action News' Facebook page, and then on Twitter as well.
Yeah, that's gonna blow up.
Crazy. I never
Maybe you
thought,
guys will get to go on Ellen.
and she'll give us a $50,000 or a free car or something like that.
That would be fantastic.
That's what Ellen does, right? Here's some money, right? Or no, that's Oprah. I'm sorry, she gives everybody stuff on her show, right?
Yeah, they did tell us today, like when we were getting interviews, they're like, don't be surprised if Good Morning America calls you and the Today Show.
Yeah, the Today Show. Yeah, they think it's going to end up going national, but
yeah.
I never anticipated. What we posted this last night because we were just pissed, and we're like, okay. I'm sorry. Well, I mean, he said asshole earlier, so I feel like.
You can cuss on our show.
So,
like,
you should have seen me. Like, I kind of slid my phone over to Misty under the camera, and I was like, "Don't say this, that," and because she was swearing, and then I heard him saying, "I'm like, oh, never mind." So, we posted it last night. I mean, just really because out of shock, and we were just pissed, and I wanted people locally here to see what the hell they did. And I wanted them to, all my friends and family just boycott them. Like, don't buy pizza from them no more. Right. Don't go there no more. And then, next thing I know, we're getting hate messages from people. I'm like, when did this happen? All right.
They called me a Karen.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, the ultimate. Congratulations. You've made
ultimate.
it.
Do I look like a
Karen? Karen.
I've never asked to speak to a manager in my life.
You're
Karen
more of a Linda.
Yeah.
Que linda.
Yeah. It's no longer the C word. It's the K word.
Right.
Take my eyes.
You're a Karen now.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a hard situation because with these, like, so many people will come out. In this instance, they're coming out with hate, thinking you made it up. But we've run into situations sharing stuff about businesses before, and then it turns into people think you're like trying to bring these places down. And it's like, look, it has nothing to do with like taking down the Little Caesars empire, but people need to understand the culture that
it's not like we have a vendetta against Little Caesars,
right? Right.
There was one before that, though.
Yeah, right. So, very interesting. I guess I'm glad you guys came on. I think that sharing it was the right thing to do. You're going to have the haters. I mean, you're going to have people that are blowing you up. You block them, you ignore them. Like, what you did is the right thing. I think sharing it is the right thing to do because you need to spread the awareness about it. If it gets any bigger than it is, you just got to kind of prepare yourself for that because people are crazy. There's a lot of crazy people out there. And as far as people messaging you and stuff, but you turn your Facebook private, people will leave you alone.
Yeah, we've already
over.
done that. We made it so that, you know, our stuff is private, so all of our posts are only our friends can see it. And
For sure.
I had to make all my Instagrams private, all of them.
Well, at least it wasn't like a good pizza place, because then you're not really out much anyway. So
Yeah, I was like, thank God it
It's
wasn't
valid.
Three Brothers. I love
It's a valid
them.
point. Yeah.
You got the cardboard pizza that you can never have to eat again, so no loss.
I really didn't like it anyway, so it's like, that's cool. I was
It's
like,
awful.
that's the only place that's like right on your way here.
Right.
Gosh.
It's quick and it's cheap, but
I almost asked for cheesy bread. That wouldn't have happened if I would have actually asked for the cheesy bread that I actually wanted.
Jeez.
But yeah, I just, you know, hopefully, you know, we got the awareness out there. We're going to do our best to ignore the haters and the negativity, and
absolutely
kind of try to tune it out, you know.
Definitely, you know, but we're not backing down because people are like trying to intimidate us or something. It's like we're not the intimidated type.
Right.
Promise.
She'll beat them up for sure.
Right. No, I mean, it doing no wrong there. I mean, there's no reason to back down from anything. So, you know, you stick it out, spread the awareness on it, and then just hope that something comes positive from it. And then, you know, you go from there. But it's definitely something that's worth talking about in today's environment right now. I mean, these are the things that need to be talked about and not swept under the rug or pushed away. So I appreciate you guys coming on and sharing your story with us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having
Absolutely. Do you guys have any questions for them before we move on?
No,
Christopher?
No. I just think you did a very good job of handling the whole thing, and without consequences, you know, matters like these will never change. So bravo to you guys.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Misty and Jason, thanks for coming on, guys.
Thanks, Ryan.
Have a good night, and I'll talk with you all soon.
Yep.
All right.
You guys have a good one.
Later, you too.
Take care, guys. Stay safe. Thanks.
Bye, Jesse.
Right. All right. So yeah, interesting story coming out of Cleveland with Little Caesars cardboard pizza. Not my favorite. No loss there for me as far as not being able to
it's one of Jesse's favorites.
Be a patron anymore. Jesse does love the Little Caesar.
I don't love Little Caesars. I said that their deep dish is pretty good.
It used to be good when it was the square pizza. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's what they have. That's the deep dish.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like way back in the day when they first released Little Caesars.
When I was a kid.
Yeah, man, it was good.
Back when it was also square.
Yeah, but it wasn't this deep dish trash like pizza they make.
I never even thought about the fact that it was a hot and ready, and they don't even look at it.
No, yeah, and that's the thing. Like where people are saying that you check it. No. I get hot and ready all the time. They hand you that box and you go home. You don't.
Yeah.
I don't ever look in my pizza when I get it anyways. Anywhere.
No, I don't either.
My thing is I've had shitty jobs all my life, but like I would never have the audacity to even make
That's
something
what I was
like
thinking
that,
too.
dude.
Like I've never worked in food or anything like that, but I've had opportunities to like fuck with people.
Right.
You just don't.
Yeah. I worked in food service. I never because people always say like in food, don't send food back, they'll mess with it. Like I had shitty people and I never did anything. Like that takes a special kind of person to.
It's weird because the State Road location I went to, I don't know, it's probably 3 months ago at this point, but there were, just like they said, kids running the entire thing. And one of the kids was the manager. And they were they didn't do anything that was outwardly racist like this.
Right.
But one of the employees there was this black kid. And they were like joking with him, just being like, oh, are you going to do this? Black Lives Matter or something like that. Just like ignorant. And you could tell they were all friends. They weren't like messing with him.
Right.
He was just like, oh, fuck you guys. Like, ha, ha, ha. But like, it was loud enough that I could hear. And it's like,
that's just as bad.
Anybody else who you don't know who's out here. Like, I'm just sitting here waiting and you're making all these inappropriate, just tongue like shitty jokes.
Yeah.
The thing is, even in an era when like that stuff will follow you, especially these days. I mean, back in the day, like 10, 20 years ago, you could get away with that kind of stuff and not worry about it your next job. Nowadays, there's no way I would have the audacity to do
especially
this
with
stuff.
cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
I go out the house and immediately feel like I'm being recorded.
Yep, me
and
too.
That's how I act.
I always act like that. I act like my boss is watching me at all times, even right now. Yep.
You have to.
Yep.
Well, they are.
I'm sure.
Deep state.
You got to cover your ass, man.
Yep.
Yeah. That's just like silly. Joke or not, it's just silly.
Yeah.
Like to assume that you're going to.
That's also a fucked up thing to joke about.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like putting a noose on a pizza.
Right.
Or something.
It's really sad. I don't know why you would think that's fun. Like, make it a penis or something.
Right.
If you want to make a joke,
That's what we did.
Yeah.
We just drew dicks on everything.
Like, why
the big veiny bastards.
We even got a freaking TV show out of it. Who drew the dicks?
Right.
Not
now
only
it's like, who drew the fucking swastikas?
Bring back the dicks.
American Vandal rules, by the way.
Yes.
Like
that's a really good point.
That was that's what we did as jokes.
Yeah, man. We
like,
hit each other in the nuts. And
yeah. Why
swastikas will never be funny.
No,
just not.
It's not fun. It's just not a funny thing.
Nobody's ever been like, hey guys, for our senior prank, let's spray paint swastikas all over the school.
Yeah. Right.
People will get a riot out of it.
Yeah. And the fact that they're trying to justify it by it being the Hindu version.
Bro,
these fucking
that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Don't know that there was a Hindu version of the swastika.
That's just what racist people do. Like they find any way that they can discount, like
discredit.
Yeah, like. Did you guys see the thing that Trump retweeted today?
I've seen everyone share, but
the white power thing.
So I saw it as it came up, and I even I posted a status about it before it like blew up and everything. And it's just these old people in like an old retirement home, and they're doing like a parade for Trump on they look like golf carts.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a bunch of other old people with signs, and they're all going, fuck you, fuck Trump, this and that. And they're protesting at each other.
Oh, my God.
Like, it's literally just in this area, like in the house, and they're doing their thing, and the rest of them are in the yard. And they're just these old people yelling at them. It was great. But so the very
That's so awesome.
first 5 seconds, this old guy looks out of his golf cart, and he goes, yeah, fuck you, white power. And the guy goes, oh, yeah, good. See, you heard it. White power. Oh, yeah, real nice. Like, whatever. First 5 seconds. The video is like 4 minutes long.
Right.
And Trump retweets it and he goes, thank you so much, people down in the village, for your support, blah, blah, blah. And people are like, so are you saying thank you to the people that hate you or the people that are saying white power? Because it's one or the other. So which one is it? And he deleted it like 30 minutes later.
Is it the 4 seconds of white power or the other 4 minutes of?
No, bro. It's like there's white power throughout it.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was just
the
that beginning section. I didn't watch it.
Because people, like the Hindu thing, were trying to justify it and saying, well, he did it on accident. He didn't know that it happened. But it's like, dude, it was the first 5 seconds of the video. Like, there's no way, like, you don't retweet something without knowing what's in it.
Yeah.
And even throughout,
it is Donald Trump. So
even throughout that video, there's a couple of Nazi, like how they used to march with that. There's a couple of that too in there.
They're doing the Heil Hitler.
Yeah, there's a couple of those in the background.
Is that a nursing home?
Yeah. There's no debating this video.
Yeah, man.
Dude, there's no debating it.
Definitely white supremacy sympathizers.
I don't get.
It's a white supremacist.
I don't get Nazi like people who like. I don't get that.
Who still are?
It doesn't register in my brain.
Man. You lost like 70, 80 years ago, man. Like, let it go.
People give shit to Antifa because they beat the shit out of those people.
I love a good Nazi punch.
Me too, man.
It's one of my favorite things.
If I see a Nazi in the street, like, we're all beating his ass. And I don't give a shit what happens.
And I don't usually fight, but I will hit that guy.
Yeah.
And I will be there to watch. And I cannot wait.
Fucking Nazis, man. Yeah, and that's the one thing I never understood.
But
people are ignorant.
And the other thing about them, like, sharing that post, if I got a pizza that had a swastika on it, I think I might just share it with you guys. I don't know if I'd post it.
Yeah, because you know that there's going to get a lot of hate from it.
Yeah.
I'd probably post it.
And
then I'd probably delete it after because all the freaking stuff coming through and I'd get annoyed by just ignorant people. But
I'd be arguing with all those people.
Yeah, Jesse'd be like, "Oh, I'm there.
16,000
like, I'm calling off of work the rest of the week.
I got time. I'm on summer break."
I think I'd send it to you guys, and I'd probably send it to corporate. Yeah. Like that'd be it. I'd say, do something about this, or I will.
That's true, because I know the shitstorm that they're probably going to go through.
I don't mind. So, like, when you post something like that, I don't mind people commenting like about it or like getting into an argument or a debate with somebody about it. But I hate when it's just stupid, ignorant people that have nothing to back what they're talking about, and they're just commenting just to comment just because they want to.
Or like those people,
story. Like, I can't deal with that.
Going into his profile and looking at like his like seeing that he's bald and like like that's like. Yeah. Probably looking to where he works, probably like going through your whole life, trying to find something wrong that you said 6 years ago.
See, I can't shave my head now.
That's one thing that freaks me out sometimes when I get into these debates, because I'm like, because sometimes people piss me off. And I will, like, I don't ever say anything over the top because I'm not a fucking racist piece of shit, but like, I'll cuss you out and fucking hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
And it says where I work on my Facebook. I'm like, oh,
not me.
Probably not acting very teacherly right now, but
me.
Same here.
I don't know what those people can do with computers. I don't know if they're like super like hacky, or they can
point,
and they can go into like the bowels of the internet and see what I posted 4 years ago about like
it's permanent, man. Online's forever.
You never know.
You got to tread lightly nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Thankfully, for the most part, knock on wood, I don't have anything to hide. So like if someone did go, maybe find like a dick pic or something.
Oh, like, God help me.
But other than that, I don't think I'm in trouble anywhere. So
hopefully.
But I just get more annoyed by ignorance than anything. Like that's like even with like all the Black Lives Matter and all that, like people I've deleted, it's not deleting people because like I disagree with their stance. It's because they're just ignorant and they have nothing to back what they're saying with. And I just don't have time for that. I'll have an educated conversation with someone to try and like sway them one way or another, but there's just too much dumb people. Like it wasn't even cut. You obviously made that. Like, just can't.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks they're fucking Sherlock Holmes.
Right. It wasn't cut because it would have messed up the design. They don't want to mess up that beautiful swastika.
We should have that one dumbass on the show that wanted to come on
and talk about oil rigs.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Jeez.
Anyway, so yeah, pizza. If you like Little Caesars, I mean, maybe eat there, maybe don't. Take it for what you will. Search that. You'll find lots of news articles, apparently, because that's all they've been doing all day.
But we got the exclusive interview.
Yes. Here first. You heard it here first before anybody else. Made to Motivate podcast.
Got to post it tonight.
Christopher told me that Mr. Zuckerberg from Facebook is losing $7 billion.
$7.2 billion.
Because of ad revenue or something?
Yeah.
Because what? He won't talk about Little Caesars?
Now, keep in mind, that's nothing to him. Like, hey, this is a man that's, net worth is $82 billion that registered last year. So basically, shares of the social media company fell 8.3% on Friday, the most in 3 months after Unlever, one of the world's largest advertisers, joined other brands in boycotting ads on social network due to not taking an initiative on hate speech.
Oh, okay.
I saw Ben and Jerry's post about this.
Yeah.
So they're not doing any paid advertising.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Because he won't censor hate stuff?
He won't do more. He won't take more of an initiative to censor hate stuff. And what I was going to ask you guys is, what side of the coin do you fall on this? Because this is against rights again. Like it's freedom of speech. Yeah,
that's tough.
So the debate. You want to start us off?
Here's my thing. I see both sides. I do have a very hard time with a lot of the hate stuff that is spread on social media, and I think that it is our responsibility to try and take a stand against that. But I also commend Zuckerberg for allowing freedom of speech, even though he knows he's going to lose money, and allowing people to use their Facebook for what they want. And if that's what they want to post, that's on them. We've talked about it with like censoring like fake stuff. And I think now like they're trying. That's a hard debate though, man. Like people got to be able to share what they want to an extent. I mean, I know they've got their filters. If it's like something violent, it like covers it and you have to choose to click to like look at it or whatever. So I don't know. I think he's attempting to do the right thing. I don't know though.
Ben and Jerry's posted something on the 23rd that says, "This is not a paid post. We will pause all paid advertising on Facebook and Instagram in the U.S. in support of the hashtag Stop Hate for Profit campaign. Facebook Incorporated must take the clear and unequivocal actions to stop its platform from being used to spread and amplify racism and hate. While we will continue to have a presence here, we will pause all paid advertising on the platform."
And I like their stance, but the other side of that coin is stop hate for profit. Well, he's actually losing money because he's not taking away people's ability to talk about hate. So
I think it's kind of like what you said. It's a tricky slope because, I guess what's the consequence from this? So like, if you're going to say we're going to start ruling out, hate speech from everywhere, if we see it on anybody's post, are we going to delete the profile? Are we going to suspend the account for 30 days? What's the
you can be suspended right now for hate speech.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's true.
I got guys that in a sports group where we argue just stupid stuff.
You go into like Facebook jail and stuff.
You go to Facebook jail for 30 days.
Yeah.
But would this be worse under the circumstances? Like, would they elevate it and go a steeper consequence?
Well, that's what I'm confused by. Like, I don't know what, like, to Ben and Jerry's point, I don't know what they're specifying as Zuckerberg not taking a stance against as far as hate goes. Like, what are they, what is falling under that realm? Because to Jesse's point, yeah, I've been in Facebook jail for people like reporting me. Like, you report a post and they like kick you off.
Yeah.
So I think he is doing some part. I guess I don't know the full detail, but it's tricky. It's a tricky situation.
Like I support all these businesses for not paying.
Absolutely.
Because that's their right. I think that for Zuckerberg, it's not so much a legal aspect or an issue in that point. Like morally, it should probably be what he does. Yeah. Legally, yes, you have the right to free speech, and I would never say that there should be laws, that throw somebody in jail for something like that, because it's a slippery slope, and that's free speech, and we have those rights for a reason. But when it comes to a private platform,
and it's a free platform,
Facebook has a lot of shit that's been thrown on their image in the past with the helping of like Spygate and stuff like that, and then helping
the elections.
Now this, like, dude, you're a huge major platform, but social medias have risen and fallen over the past, and you are not the one that has a great image right now. Mm-hmm. It would do a whole lot for them if they just, I don't know, delete those comments. If somebody calls somebody the N-word or something, or if you post fake news, like they put a disclaimer up there, put a disclaimer up there.
Yeah.
Or something.
And you think people are going to be really like, how dare you censor the N-word?
Right.
People are going to be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. To even take that stand would say a lot more about you than it would about Facebook.
Yeah. And it's a private platform. Point. If I go to work, it's the exact same thing. Like, it's not like you can't just be like, oh, well, you need to let them say whatever they want because of freedom of speech. If I go into my classroom and I call a kid the M-word, I'm fired.
Yeah.
And I can't say, well, the thing has always been, you got freedom of speech, but you don't have freedom of consequences.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he should take a stand and do this if he wants his business to be successful. It's just stupid business on his part.
Yeah.
It's a tricky slope, because I don't even know like where you start combating that. Do you put something in the system, like the algorithm that says like anytime that word pops up, it's automatically deleted, or like the comment won't post or something like that? Where do you start with something like that?
They have the ability that they could do something like that, where if maybe it's a word or something that falls in the algorithm, that they just review it and then they can remove it.
Mm-hmm.
They do that where they'll send you a thing that says, hey, your post has been removed because it had copyrighted material or whatever. Like, they have the ability to do it. And to Jesse's point, he could take the moral stand, because it's a free site. You're not paying to be on there.
Mm-hmm.
So really he has the ability to say, hey, this is my platform. It's free. You didn't pay to be on here. And I don't want that kind of stuff to be on our website or whatever.
Yeah.
So he could very easily do that.
Would you pay to be on Facebook if they made it a paid?
How much we talking?
No. I don't know, man.
I would not.
I don't know. Like, and you saying they wouldn't fall? People are hooked to Facebook.
Yeah.
How much?
They ain't going anywhere anytime soon.
I'm talking like maybe like,
if it was like $10 a month,
$4.99 a month.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
I would pay, absolutely.
No, they would make a killing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would pay.
And I think it's coming, honestly. I have a feeling, because all this is going to intensify those talks.
Yeah.
And we're going to see who's really dedicated to this kind of stuff,
I would. I mean, we use it for so much. I mean, just for our
you
business
say you
page,
won't? I think you would.
I delete it and go to Twitter. I use Twitter more than I do Facebook now anyways, for anything of substance.
They're probably all going to be some type of subscription-based platform.
Yeah.
Facebook just is too integral to, if you have a business or any kind of media that you want to share, like, you need to have a Facebook, man.
His page, my page, your page.
The podcast, we rely on Facebook for our listeners.
And they have a monopoly. If people are going to say, well, I'll just go to somewhere else, who are you going to go to?
They own Instagram.
You go to a startup and they have to build from the beginning?
Right? Yeah. And I think even with Twitter, like, maybe I'm wrong here because I don't know Twitter as well as I know Facebook. Facebook seems to be the encompassing, like, everybody has a Facebook. Like, there's maybe 2 people in the world that I know that don't have a Facebook.
Yeah. One thing that has been, and I can't speak for, I don't have the statistics in front of me, but I know that every single student that I've had in the last 3 to 5 years, I'd say 80% of them do not have a Facebook.
Wow.
They're all on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter.
Really? But they don't have a Facebook.
They think Facebook is lame, like how we would think MySpace is lame. Like, they do not go on there.
Mm-hmm.
We try to, like, search for some of our kids and stuff. Like, kid goes missing, and they ask us if we know anything. We'll go to search, see if there's anything on there. They don't exist on there.
The group of people that you teach, they probably intentionally avoid Facebook for that reason.
I don't think so, man, because they're very involved in every other social media platform.
Yeah, but like,
they'll have 3 or 4 Instagrams.
Facebook is where you go to search for someone, though. You have to use your name. You get on Twitter and have a made-up name or whatever. And have
Facebook to me feels more personal. Like, it's me.
I agree.
Twitter.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's just not, that's not like in their realm of thought anymore. It's not about sharing your thoughts and this and that. It's all about the appearance of things. Snapchat allows you to text and, share your cute photos. Same with Instagram. and
Snapchat,
Twitter's where you go to follow like your
pics.
big people, like your celebrities and your whatever. It's not though. Like Snapchat's not. That's what we used it for, because we were going, the photos go away, but
this goes back into Ryan's dark past.
Snapchat and WhatsApp are probably used for messaging more than anything else.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you don't have to pay for text. You don't have to pay for texting on your phone.
Right. You Facebook Messenger.
Yeah,
our group, we never text.
We don't.
Last time I texted you probably was like 3 years ago.
Yeah, which is weird. I wonder why that is, because we could do a group text.
Yeah,
it just feels more natural that way.
I know it does.
Yeah, it's a little easier, I guess. I don't know.
It's weird.
I do that with a lot of people. Me
and my dad and my brother
message more than we text.
Yeah.
I don't do many text messages at all.
You know what's annoying is when you have
a phone call.
Yes. No, but like when you have a group, you have like a group Facebook text, and then also like text one, and they'll like people start a conversation in one, and then
finish it.
I'm like,
yeah,
pick one fucking place. I can't stand that. I'm like, if someone primarily texts you like 90% of the time, and then they like randomly send you a Facebook one, I'm like, what, do you just want to make sure I'm going to read it? Like, what the fuck?
Right.
It's funny to me because it happens with so many people on my page.
I'm like, certain people I have on my phone are primarily like text. We don't Facebook message.
Mm-hmm.
We just text. And like us, we just Facebook message. We don't text. It'd be weird if I like just text you.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't do that. Like the conversations here stay there.
I don't think I have any of your numbers.
It's probably because we just,
yeah.
Scott, the other day, Scott wanted to call me.
Yeah.
And Kathy messaged me and said, hey, Scott wants to call you. He doesn't have your number, because we always Facebook message.
Right. And
you've known him for a long time.
Yeah. But like, I don't like we've ever like texted or called on the phone ever.
It's crazy.
It's weird, man.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, Facebook, I think I would pay.
I think I would too.
Yeah.
I'd do 5 for sure. Now, if we
anything over 5, you better throw in some
like a package deal, man.
Or some like extra like premium things that I can't like
feet pics or something.
Dude, $10.
Like PP or fetish.
Like PP. Who knows what I'll be into in 10 years? No, like Facebook will probably have their own like TV programming.
All right.
Or like their own original content. Or like, you know what I mean? Like YouTube does.
Maybe a bargain deal with Instagram, because they'll both be pay at that point, and you know, if you pay $10, you get both.
Right. I can definitely see it. Facebook Premium.
Yeah, that's what everything's going. I mean, TV did that, so now you know.
I could see. I'd be interested to see what kind of hit they would take.
Yeah, me too.
You know, because you got to think of like a lot of the people that are on there probably. I don't want to say wouldn't have the means, but like would some of the younger people pay to be?
It would also give people a sense of entitlement too.
People have enough of that as
like, hey, I pay for this.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be a whole different.
Be interesting.
You wouldn't want to get kicked off if you're paying for something for sure too.
Like, how does that work? Can you still put me in jail when I have a paid membership?
That's what I was leaning to, because I think you can. You could probably implement more rules if you're paying for something.
Yeah.
Like you have to follow these guidelines, or else. Or is there less guidelines because you're paying for something?
Yeah.
You can do that now, though, because it's my platform. It doesn't matter if I allow you to use it for free or if you're paying for it. You don't own it. Right. If you use this language, I don't give a shit what you're giving me. You're gone.
Right.
Because in the end, it's a very minute, small amount of people that are out there calling people the N-word or being openly racist or putting out false information. They're just making the most noise.
Right.
And it gathers. I mean, this pizza thing was 2 stupid kids, probably not outwardly racist, probably just stupid. But now 1,600 shares, thousands upon thousands of people have seen it. If, you know, whatever, Good Morning America or whatever picks it up, millions of people will now see it.
It's going.
Because of 2 kids. That's 2 stupid people that have impacted millions, and it makes it seem like it's a huge, huge issue. And I'm not saying that it's not, because we've talked about this for weeks, but it's just like the cops. It's a small fraction of it. It's just there's a big underlying problem of people who defend it, because not everybody is outwardly racist. They're inwardly racist, and that's the issue.
Yeah. We'll see what he does, man. I don't know. He's taking a hit. Ben and Jerry's has been very vocal lately with their stance on a lot of things. So
Ben and Jerry's, it's just
I love them, man.
I love how they stand up for stuff.
Well, I'm glad you read that too, because like I'd heard about that, but I didn't hear the details, how strict they were going to get with it. But to pull it all together, man, that's gutsy. I give it to them.
Yeah.
They even have like an ice cream specifically for prison reform.
Oh, really?
It's called like Injustice Remixed or something.
Oh, wow.
It's like spicy fudge brownies, and it's really good.
Spicy fudge?
Yeah, dude, it's delicious. It has like peace signs on it. It's like different colors. It's called Injustice Remixed or something.
I'm getting some of that.
I can't picture that spicy ice cream. That's weird.
It's like a cinnamon swirl with like chocolate ice cream, spicy fudge brownies.
Damn, bro. And Jerry Slams.
And on the back of it, it tells you like how the prison system has been like unjust from the beginning, and it been like, you know.
Have they made like a Black Lives Matter flavor or anything like that?
Not like that, but they've been like really vocal.
Yeah.
And like
I knew that.
And people in the comments are like, "Well, you just lost my business." And people are like, you must be new here because they've been like this for a while.
You'll be missed.
Hi, they're huge. You're one. Like I love people that say that kind of thing. Like they think they're going to take down this like multi-billion-dollar corporation.
There's a whole page
I'm
called
going to share with all of my friends on Facebook. Okay, all 10 of you.
There's a page called "This Isn't an Airport. You don't have to announce your departure."
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. God.
That goes for like Baker said that he was going to kneel.
Yeah.
All these people are like, well, we're not going to watch. And me and just every other fan's just like, bye. I just search through and I just go, bye.
We'll tell you about it then.
Bye. But then they get pissed. Then they get pissed and they're like, well, he needs to be. I go, I thought you were gone. I thought you were leaving.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even argue with him anymore.
That guy, that's the one, that conversation you're talking about is the one where I commented to the guy that had posted the one you're commenting on. And I said, good luck, you and your 10 Facebook friends are going to bring down the most watched sport in the world. He's like, oh, you don't know me. I got all these friends in California, and we're going to write to the NFL.
The Californians are the ones that are going to.
Good luck, bro.
They're the ones who are going to stay racist and bring everything down.
Freaking douche.
No,
Man.
yeah, man. Like, freaking, it's just wild. It's wild, the amount of stuff that goes on.
That cancel culture, man. We had a couple other things. I think we can kind of lump into somewhat of a one topic category that ties into everything we've been talking about the last month or so at this point. Black Lives Matter things, reform, change coming as far as stuff being canceled or whatever. I don't know, when we talked last week, had the situation with NASCAR and the news come out with the FBI investigation? Do you guys remember?
At the time, we knew that the news had been there. We didn't know the extent of it.
Okay.
We didn't really go into it that much either.
I feel really bad for him.
We talked about it, actually, yeah.
I feel really bad for him because he did not find it. Right. He did not bring it to the news's attention. His crew found it. They reported it to NASCAR. Yeah. They walked in. It was a pull string for the garage tied in the form of a noose, which still to me doesn't make sense because a noose is a slip knot. So that wouldn't make sense for gripping something. You're just going to tighten the rope on your hand, but whatever.
Right.
Apparently it's not. It's been there for months.
Since
I mean, this guy's been getting crap left and right because he's doing a Black Lives Matter car, and he's called for the Confederate flag thing, which is now ended in NASCAR. So a lot of people are pissed at him.
I'm like really surprised about NASCAR's like response to all this.
Yeah, they've been
fantastic,
very positive. But like, it makes sense that when it looks like a noose.
It does.
I mean, it looks like a noose. It makes sense that he would have that reaction.
Absolutely.
And if your team comes to you and says, "Hey, we found a noose in your garage," makes sense that he would, say, "Okay, I'm going to make a statement." I'm not going to say, "Well, are you sure?" It makes sense. It fits.
Right.
And now you find out that it's been there for a while, which they didn't know. And everybody's saying that he's like,
because
Jesse Smollett, and
he had just gotten assigned that garage. Like he wouldn't have known that it was it's been there. Like his impression is, I'm in here and there's a noose in there. Like,
and people like posting videos of their garages of like how their thing is tied the same way.
Yeah, it's just like the dude didn't know.
Right.
Cut him a fucking break. Because as soon as that came out, I was like, well, everybody's gonna think that he did this himself.
Yeah.
And it's like, he didn't gain anything from this. That's the only NASCAR race that I've ever watched for longer than like 15 minutes.
That's the only one I checked the next day to see who won.
Right. He was in the top 5 position at one point. And I was like, fucking let's go. Like, talk about sports moments. And then by the end, I think he finished like,
you see how they all
teens,
like walked behind his car?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man, this is dope.
They all came together. It was really cool.
God, I can't do NASCAR. It's so boring.
I know.
I don't watch it, but like,
I didn't realize that he was black.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
The only African American in the whole.
Only one.
Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, man.
Watson. Was it Watson? Watson.
See, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that.
So that story came out. There's been okay, so this one I don't get. The master bedroom story. I never would have thought about this. I think it's Texas, the real estate I don't know, whatever they would call that. We're all like, where you're a part of the real estate group or whatever.
Right.
They've all come out and said they're no longer going to use the word master and describing the master bedroom when they're doing write-ups for houses. Look, I never once thought of master bedroom in the form that they're saying, and I'm not saying that makes it okay, but like, did you ever think of it that way? Like when you bought a house, they're like, and here's the master bedroom. Did you ever think of that in a racial manner?
I didn't, and I don't know if it's just because I always thought that was just the biggest, or it's because I'm like white,
right?
And I don't associate that with
absolutely.
That. I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, I have no issue with them changing it. I just I never, to your point, like I just always assume that's just like the biggest bedroom in the house, like
the head of the house,
the head of the household. But when you really break it down and think about it, then it's like, okay, that does make sense to the wording. I don't know if that's how it started when, with calling rooms, that is back when slavery was a thing, and that was like the master's room, and that's where they stayed, and it's just carried on.
I just always thought of it as the main bedroom.
Yeah, me too.
The biggest one.
It's the bigger bedroom. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's wild. So I don't know if that will pick up, but in Texas, they're not gonna do that anymore. They're not gonna name them the master bedroom. I guess maybe it'll just be the main room, or I don't know.
Dixie Chicks changed their name.
Yeah,
just the Chicks.
Because of Dixie?
Mm-hmm.
What's what with that one? I know Lady Antebellum did.
It's something about the same thing, like
something
Dixie.
Like that.
Dixie Kratz.
They want Rhode Island to change their name. People are saying they want Rhode Island to change their name. Columbus. People want Columbus to change their name.
Flavortown. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm like, wow.
People are calling for the Star Spangled Banner to be replaced with a new song.
This is when I start.
That's because the guy that wrote it owned slaves.
Look,
Irish Cream's got to go.
Everything, man. Slim Jim's got to go.
This has always been my thing. You cannot find any history.
If I'm not Slim,
in America.
I'm offended by eating the Slim Jim.
Jesus.
It's catered to fat people.
You're not Jim.
Yeah, man.
I'm James, damn it. I am average James.
Look, jokes aside, like I get it, but it's just like, God, man.
You can't find any history in America that does not have some form of slave roots in our countries, government, whatever. Like, it was founded on slaves. It was founded on slavery. That's what it is.
Right.
And I'm okay with, like, we talked about the statues. Tear down the statues.
Absolutely.
That was an opposing force. That was a group of traitors that went against our country in the name of slavery. Tear that down. They shouldn't have anything up there for them. When you get into things like the Star Spangled Banner, yes, that guy owned slaves. The Star Spangled Banner's words have nothing to do with slavery, racism, anything.
It's about a guy like surviving the night, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The flag was still standing.
You will tear down everything if you go that route. And people don't, like, if you dig deep enough, Lincoln was a racist.
Mm-hmm.
Lincoln freed the slaves.
Get rid of the pennies.
Yeah. The dude you can't get rid of everything. Like, but if it has direct ties to racism, then I'm fine with that. But like, you can, but that's the issue is like, where are you going to stop? Like,
start new and then we start fresh.
But you're not realistically going to do that. And I think that takes away from the cause. I think it's just like how we talk about like the shootings in the past where we've looked at like stupid examples where you've got a guy that attacked a cop and grabbed a gun or did something that warranted being shot and people have an uprising over it. Like, and then you have instances like Tamir Rice that doesn't get as much flack and there were no riots and there was no protesting.
Right.
You pull away from the actual cause.
It's like a straw man argument.
Yes.
But for drawing stuff away from the actual cause.
Yes, because when you look at stuff like that, there's justification behind taking down generals that are enshrined in the South as these positive figures that fought for slavery versus freaking taking away, what was the one? Like the freaking... yeah.
Uncle Ben.
And even that had direct ties to slavery, so I'm not as upset about that. But like the Star Spangled Banner or the master bedroom, do those have direct ties to it? Or is it just because the word master is there?
Right. And that's where I don't know. But I think to both yours and Nick's point, like you're straining the energy away from like making actual change.
Yeah.
Like changing the wording of a bedroom isn't focusing on change going forward. It's not doing anything positive to
like
fix.
I saw a thing about L'Oreal, like the makeup. They're not doing anything for their skin products that says that it's whitening anymore. That's stupid. Like there are bigger fucking battles.
What about like Oral-B, like teeth whitening?
Right.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
And it's just call it like teeth brightening. I don't understand how Cracker Barrel's still here.
I've been saying that for years. My friends at work gets it all the time.
What is
and I'm
it?
like, I just can't.
What is a Cracker Barrel?
Yeah.
Crackers don't come in barrels.
I heard the real story behind it a couple weeks ago because somebody brought that point up as a joke, and I don't get it. I just don't see it.
But like to Jesse's point, I don't understand where we would draw the line.
Or you cancel everything, literally everything.
Those are types of things that you fight once we get rid of systemic racism and huge issues in America. Get rid of redlining, get rid of fucking voter suppression, get rid of all of this crap that is actively moving against black people now. Because I guarantee you, you will not find a black person that's involved in these movements.
That's what I wanted
to ask. That is going, well, what the fuck? What about L'Oreal whitening skin? Like
that's what I want.
They're not doing that.
Point.
That's just these corporations, I think, trying to like get their name. I think they're even trying to use it for like, oh, we're behind this movement. We're going to remove white from our label.
That's what I wanted to ask.
It's nothing racist about whitening your teeth.
And to Nick's point, yeah, it's like, so does it take away from the cause if you heard the black community saying like, well, take this away and take this away and take this away and all this, to us, I think it would take away from the strong points of their actual arguments. So I don't believe that that they want this gone. Like even a majority of them want these things gone.
Right. I just think that it takes away from what we're trying to do, and it makes, that's when you get into like that whole, you start arguing with some dumbass on Facebook and they're like, well, the left is trying to get rid of the word white and everything.
Yeah, everything's political.
And it's like, well, you can pull up a news article that says it because people are fucking dumb and they don't understand what's going on.
Right.
I mean, I almost wouldn't support L'Oreal out of that.
I just think that they could take rather than L'Oreal.
That's the one I always fall back on.
What's that?
The White House.
Right.
Next.
It's because it's painted white. Is it though?
Right. I think that these companies, if they're trying to do something positive and they want to promote change, is they should come out in support in a different way, whether it be financial or they push for voting or they get behind donating money to one of these organizations or something and do something that way, showing support, but not like, I just think the L'Oreal thing is corny.
Yeah.
Like it's like them coming out just to try and be a part of all of everything going on.
Corny.
Like there's nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Like,
every year
your teeth are white, so we want to make them whiter. Like everybody's got white teeth. Don't matter what race you are, your teeth are white. It's not racist.
Every year there's that big push to rename the Indians.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I feel like that's really going to get hot.
Now's the time.
Well, and that's one thing that I've always fallen back on also is it's like Indians and Redskins are the ones that get the most crap, but there are dozens of teams between college and professional sports and everything else that are rooted in some form of race.
Even Braves.
You've got the Celtics.
Braves,
you have the
Blackhawks.
Knickerbockers. You've got the Seminoles. You've got the Illini. You have the
like you said, Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
The Blackhawks. You have all of our military stuff. Blackhawks, freaking Apaches, all of these other things. You can the Rainbow Warriors out in Hawaii. Like you can find all types of stuff that you can pick and choose at. And like Redskins, I'm down for. Change it. That's racist. It's just like saying N-words and calling it a team.
I think Redskins is worse than Indians.
Me too.
Personally.
I've always thought that.
And I'm not just saying that because of hometown ties. The Indians aren't my team, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
But like, I think the Redskins sounds a lot more vicious and a lot more visceral than the Indians.
Redskins was a derogatory term. Like,
because you're literally commenting on someone's color of their skin.
Yeah.
And like even Indians,
So
I've
silly.
swayed on that because I don't really care about, I don't care about baseball that much. Like, but the examples we're talking about, like the L'Oreal and stuff, are like the dumbass people who are like, well, what about the Browns? And it's like, it ain't about that. It's a fucking coach's name.
It's Paul Brown.
But people are dumb
Yeah.
and they go, well, you got the Indians and you got the Browns in Cleveland. We need to get rid of both of them. And it's like, well, you're ignorant because you don't know the history of these things.
Yeah.
So let's move past that.
The Browns is a stretched argument. I mean,
Next is going to be the Cavaliers fought for slavery. That's going to be what they're called.
Yeah.
What even is a Cavalier?
People that fought for slavery.
Is that literally what it is?
It's a 2016 champion.
That's what people are going to say.
I was legitimately asking.
People are going to say that, and they're going. Cleveland's just going to be defunct. We got the Bengals,
I don't know. I always thought it was like a musketeer.
They fought in the Confederacy.
Right.
Well, if that was true,
We're screwed.
That's why LeBron really left.
It's probably gone. Yeah.
What's a Laker then?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is there even any
But
lakes out in
but
LA?
like you said, everything that we have is rooted in either
It's where our country started.
Indians are slavery, and that's where our country started at.
And those are our two darkest points. But there are bigger issues right now that we can focus on to move to equality. And then once you established that,
then we go back.
Then we can go, okay, so we've solved all of our major issues.
Let's talk about this syrup and this rice.
Right. Yeah. I mean, imagine if like Martin Luther King went up and was saying his I have a dream speech, and then somebody said, well, yeah, but what about Aunt Jemima? Like, that's not what we're doing right here.
The thoughts and comments of Jesse Young do not reflect the Made to Motivate podcast.
That's literally what we're doing right now.
I can't stop thinking about it.
You have people who are protesting
in the audience. She doesn't even go here.
You have people who are seriously protesting injustices and murders. And then we've got L'Oreal going, well, we're getting rid of the word white on all of our products. That'll really, send the African-American race forward 20 years.
And then Band-Aid pops up. Hey, guess what, guys? Now we got brown Band-Aids for everyone.
Like a black guy got a cut in his arm and was like, boy, I'm feeling really oppressed. I really wish they had a brown Band-Aid. Fuck voting suppression, but God damn it, if this Band-Aid doesn't blend in with my skin well.
Hey, baby, check out the new Barry CD. Hold the white.
What the fuck are we doing?
Right.
Stop hitting that sensor. This is what's going on. It's not a joke.
Jesse's speaking truth.
It's the fucked up reality of where we're at.
Oh, don't try to act like you weren't laughing 10 seconds.
Oh, God, I was hilarious. But it's true. I just picture someone... he's speaking a lot of truth, that Martin Luther King, but that syrup's really getting to me.
Right.
Jesus, man.
Once again, we fumble a serious talk.
No, I mean, it's all valid points, but it's comical in the sense of that's what people are focusing on.
Yeah.
Like it's just so much more to it than that.
It's frustrating that it makes it funny because
I just don't understand that. Like,
it's the lunacy.
Like, why can't companies have common sense? Like Ben and Jerry's, a fucking ice cream company, is able to come out and say, "Oh, we're not getting rid of our white fudge. That would be stupid. We're going to make a brand of ice cream that helps with this Prism system. We're donating a piece of this money. Oh yeah, here's why on the back in case you care."
That's the main reason why I brought that up, because the way they handle like their 420 stuff with their and then
what is the ice cream called?
Like baked,
half baked
or something.
Yeah, it's like they come up with a special version of half baked. I think it's just the way they handle. Like you said, they give you a reason.
They're lit. I mean, they're woke. They're not lit. They're woke.
And lit.
They are,
and they get a lot of pushback. But the amount of pushback they get 3 times as much support.
Right.
Yeah.
But to like Jesse's point earlier about Zuckerberg is like their moral. They use their morals to push their business forward, and they don't care what they get for it. And he could do the same thing. Or
that's true.
Maybe his morals are being shown,
and companies need to do that because
make a positive stance.
It's just like we said, there are more positive people than there are negative. When Kaepernick knelt for the first time in the season 2016, everybody said, "Well, I ain't gonna watch that shit anymore if they let him do that." The highest ratings of all time were in 2016, and it held that record until just last season when it finally was surpassed. And now this year, all of these teams are saying that they're going to kneel. I guarantee you those ratings are going to be sky high because people like to threaten and spout off at the mouth online. But when push comes to shove, they're not turning off fucking football.
I miss my football.
They're going to be sitting there eating Ben and Jerry's, watching football.
Bro.
And that's what it's going to be.
While they
whiten their teeth.
Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, so this battle is still going on. But to that point, at least it's still happening. This hasn't. I mean, I do see less talk on my Facebook and stuff about George Floyd and protests and stuff. I don't know if Akron's held one in the past week or so.
The last one I knew was that one in front of the library, which was last weekend.
Okay, so they did
Saturday.
have one.
Yeah.
Somebody sent me something for a Saturday protest that they wanted me to go to, but I was out of town, so I think there was something in the Akron area.
Oh, okay, cool. So they're consistent. So they're still happening, which is what we need to be happening. I think some of this other little stuff is weird, but if it makes people happy and think that we're moving forward with change, then I guess get rid of your syrups and your rice. And
there was a football player
that
played for like Mississippi State, And he said that he was going to sit out until they took the Confederate flag out of the state flag or something like that.
Oh, yeah, Mississippi.
And then they did that.
Wow. Somebody else.
And then Bleacher Report tweeted that, and like, look, an athlete using his voice for change.
Right.
It was a big deal.
People don't like that.
Shut up and throw a football.
There was a big actress or somebody that came out and said that they were that they needed to change that flag because it was a flag of hate. I just read that story on Friday, and I can't think of who the hell it was. I didn't hear about the athlete though, but good. Because part of their flag is it's like a mini Confederate flag and then like a red and blue stripe.
That's a huge deal. He's just
especially from Mississippi State. Like that isn't like the Alabama
south,
or something. I mean, they're okay, but it's not like a top 5 power conference team, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, good for him, man. That takes a lot of balls.
Yeah.
And for somebody of that stature to get something done, let Tua come out and say some shit like that, you know? Or that level of a player.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, stuff like that opens it up and like, well, maybe I can do something.
Right.
Maybe I can say something. And it's like a ripple effect. So, like to your point, like little stuff has happened still here and there.
Yep.
So
let's we're talking sports. Let's get into locker room talk. We got a couple.
Yeah, we got a lot of breaking news that just happened during.
Swung and lined to deep left field. It is gone. 45-40. Run, William, run. 20, 50.
Please don't let it be Dallas. Please don't let it be.
Back to Iguodala. Up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
LeBron James. This is locker room talk.
I have a sports question for you guys to kick it off with.
Kick it. Hit me with it.
Like trivia?
No, just like a general question.
Okay.
So if someone came to you and said that you have 10 opportunities to hit a half-court shot, you make one, you get $5 million. If you miss all 10, you have to spend 1 year in jail.
Nope.
I'm not doing
I'm
it.
out.
Yeah, I will. Because we used to practice that shot all the time in high school, and I actually got pretty good at it. I'm better at the half court than I am at the 3.
Me and Dan Sandman play a game. It's not horse, but we have a game that we play every time we go to the gym.
Yeah.
Half court shot is part of it. And I make it every time, but not like on the first time. But like to finish the game, you have to make a half court shot. And we both always make it, but it takes a lot of time. Sometimes I'll hit it on the 3rd. Sometimes I might shoot 20 times, and I ain't risking a year in jail over that.
If you gave me like
the $5 million would be dope, but a year in jail?
You gave me 25, I'd feel more comfortable. I might try it. 100, I'm definitely doing it. But 10s, I don't know if I could for sure do it in 10.
What if you made it within 10, you get $5 million, and if you don't, you go to jail for a year, but you get like $1 million?
Like if you just make
like
it in general?
Like if you miss it, you have to go to jail for a year, but you also get $1 million as part of.
But that's not as sharp of a risk, though. What I like about his question is
I'm trying to twist it. But I'm trying to get something for nothing.
These questions
trying to get his hypothetical
are always
million.
all or nothing. It's always you want to risk the biscuit or
I'm pretty confident I can make a half court shot in 10 shots too.
Give me 5 tries, I'll make it.
Probably do it.
But what happens if you miss it? You got to go to jail for
I know,
a year,
man. That's what I'm saying. I don't think I could.
Would you be willing? Would you be willing to risk it? Because what if it's just that one day you're off and you got to spend a year in jail?
Nick doesn't do well in jail.
You go from being a basketball player to a wide receiver.
Whoa! Way.
So,
shoot,
that one deserved it.
I was going to expand on that question.
It's too late.
Yeah, go ahead.
So here's my question. Like, I know about this ahead of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you and I will say, well, this Saturday we're going to go here and do this, and here's how it is. I'm practicing all fucking week, and I'm getting ready for that shot. I will take 300 shots each day from half court just to practice.
You're going to be practicing.
Well, you said a guy just walks up
when you're in jail.
Right? Yep.
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You practice all week, you'll get great at half court shots.
Yeah, if I could just practice all week, then fine. I'd do it.
You'd be.
Are you going to be practicing
shaking and just knowing that you have?
Not if I practice all week.
Oh yeah, you would.
Are you going to practice the shot all week and the shot you're going to get in jail all week too, just to prepare yourself?
Dude, you know what would happen is you practice all week and then you get there and it'd be like those double rim.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to ask too, but I didn't want to get too particular with it. I'm like, I figure $5 million.
Just start clanging them. God damn it!
I'll do it for 5.
Double rim chain net.
Dude, that's a good. I wouldn't risk
plastic backboard.
Speaking of jail and sports, we have some breaking news.
Oh boy.
The New England Patriots have been fined $1.1 million, and they have lost their 3rd round pick in 2021 for filming the Bengals sideline in last season.
Boom.
For filming the Bengals sideline?
So apparently it happened.
Yep. Yeah, Jesse.
What the fuck do you guys got to film the Bengals for,
3
man?
games last year.
You gonna go write your story about how they're fucking cheaters?
No. I just won't include that part. The rest of it, I can justify.
Fucking cheaters, man.
The fuck you on the Bengals?
Well, while we're on the topic of jail and sports, how about the Cardinals player that crashed his Camaro off of the freaking embankment in Putin Bay into the ocean?
Yeah, he's into Lake Erie.
And then the cops came to his door to like check on him because he was still strapped into the front seat. And he was still trying to drive away. Like he was revving the engine.
I got stuck.
And he's like, I'm stuck. And I don't know why. I'm like, because you're on a fucking cliff? You're like in the ocean, bro.
He's lucky he didn't die.
I don't know why he was.
I mean, he was stuck on top of that rock. Like there was water all around him. Like
yeah, bro, and he still
barely missed that.
Away. Wow, what a dumbass, man. I guess he's from Toledo. I don't remember
That'll do it.
Name, but
yeah, he's a nobody. He'll get cut.
That's wild, dude.
Other breaking news involving the Patriots, and this is the one that you want to hear this.
Oh yeah.
Cam Newton signed to a 1-year deal with the New England Patriots.
Oh. I told you that might happen before.
I know. I mean, the rumors were floating around, but it was like, why'd they wait so long?
Yeah.
Dude, I almost traded Julian Edelman and James White this week. I'm keeping both of them, baby. We're going to the Super Bowl.
You knew they weren't going in with what's his name, though, as their starting quarterback.
No, I do have Stidham on my dynasty league just in case, but
you don't even like the Patriots.
I don't. I like Tom Brady. I'm not talking about the Patriots going to the Super Bowl. I'm talking about my fantasy team. Fuck the Patriots. I don't give a shit about them anymore. Go Bucks.
I still don't think he's going to do much for them. They'll be like a 10-win team.
The thing is, though, is I believe that
Mustard was good.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick is very similar to John Harbaugh. I could easily see him start running, read option, RPO type style offense like the Ravens are. Yeah. Only Cam is a hell of a thrower compared to Lamar. Yeah. They could easily change that offense overnight, and Sony Michel could be a top dog this year.
You think we'll have an NFL season?
No.
Nope.
Man, that's tricky. And now they're talking about baseball again.
Baseball's done.
Don't fuck baseball.
NFL preseason's done.
The baseball guy, damn.
It's so frustrating.
I think everything is done, honestly.
Yeah.
They canceled NFL preseason. They canceled
the
Hall of Fame. They
canceled all of the
Hall
preseason,
of Fame
just
game.
the Hall of Fame, yeah. But that was a hell of a Hall of Fame game. That was Cowboys-Steelers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the two people that argue are America's team.
That's the best 9-6 game you want to watch.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't foresee any seasons happening.
Yeah.
And they're saying
Florida's spiking like crazy with cases, and that's where the NBA is supposed to take place solely.
Florida and Arizona, which was both baseball houses, and those are the top two right now.
Yeah,
so
I don't foresee much happening now.
Yeah, they're saying that football, like, that wasn't their stadium because it's the Hall of Fame stadium, and then like all this other stuff, so they wouldn't be able to regulate the same way. But you can't regulate that shit in a regular stadium. Like we already talked about that. You're going to have people touching those doors and in and out, crowds huddled together in mass. It ain't going to fly. And with players already catching it,
like the Clemson case is still going. They said like 13 new players this week got it.
It's crazy.
Like, are you guys like sharing spit out there or whatever? Like what the hell's going on in Clemson?
Yeah, man.
Like I am distancing.
People start to get comfortable and then they just don't give a shit anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
We're young. We're fine. We'll just, let me get some of that Gatorade.
Well,
that's
like
all
you
it takes.
said, in Carolina, no one wears masks there at all, right?
The further south you get,
Less
the more
look at
lax
Florida
it gets.
stuff. Yeah.
I was surprised because I thought Indiana would be that way, especially because in Muncie it's like a huge spike. But there were a lot of people that were wearing masks, which makes me even more like worried. Like, what the fuck? If everybody's taking precautions, like what is going on?
Well, the thing is like the recent developments have said only certain masks work. Certain ones they work, but only for a certain amount of time. It's not 100%. It never will be.
Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. That's just what it comes down to. Nobody knows what the hell's happening. We thought that it was on surfaces, and then it wasn't. And we thought the masks worked. Now they don't. They said 6 feet. Then it was 20 feet when it started, and then it was
now it doesn't matter.
Only
as long as
touching,
we don't
and it was
touch each other, and
now
it's all
asymptomatic doesn't spread. All that
they're saying that doesn't count pre-symptomatic, so it's really the same fucking thing. And it's just like, okay, fuck it. I don't know.
I don't understand the 6 feet and plate. Like go to stores and stuff, and they've got it marked off. Stand 6 feet, and then I'm seeing pictures of bars and stuff, and it's just
bars
shoulder
are
to shoulder,
packed,
shoulder to shoulder.
Well, Texas just shut down their
Florida,
bars again.
Florida did too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's good. We're getting that relapse, man. It's gonna. They said we were gonna get a fall rebound. Are we gonna close again? I'm like, where are we going at this point? Because
just give me till mid-September with the golf season, please.
Yeah, man.
NFL's gonna lose a lot of money because they can't.
Who?
the NFL. Because even if they want to do this season, like if we shut down again, even if they somehow find a way where they're like, okay, we're going to do it with a quarter of the fans there. They're all going to be spread out. Like they find a way to do it.
Yep.
People aren't going to be able to afford season tickets.
Nope.
Like people aren't going to be able to afford regular tickets.
Yeah.
You're going to lose all of that revenue. You're not going to have any watch parties. People aren't going to be at the bars watching. You're going to lose out on all that bar revenue if bars are closed.
And I think the hardest thing this time around for the government is going to be regulating that, we can shut everything back down again, because they saw those numbers after the first time. Yeah. Now they're going to be a little more reluctant. Even with the numbers spiking of cases, they're going to go, let's wait it out and see. Yep. They're going to be it's a little harder because they're going to have to keep giving money on top of it, which is going to suck for them. We saw what happened after that first one. Nice long 2-month gap before they've started talking about another one.
Yeah, supposobly there's a second one that's going to be really, really big. Yeah, really good for us.
Well, what the fuck happened with the Heat killing it? Like, where the fuck did that go?
Nobody knows. Just like you said, it was supposed to stay on services, then it didn't stay on services.
That was your president said that.
Wasn't my fucking president. I didn't vote for that.
Just gave him like the ultimate burn.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just wild. Who knows where we're gonna go? But sports, I just don't.
Sports may never come back again.
We might have to delete this segment. And this is my favorite soundbite.
What if sports never came back again?
Wow. There's no way. It would have to.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically?
What's your question alluding to? Are you asking what we would pick up instead of it?
Yeah, like what if it just goes away?
I would literally just watch archived football videos. There's some amazing games that I have saved.
I would be okay. Like it would suck, but I'd be okay. I'm not that vested in sports.
I would not be okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't for football.
It wouldn't really affect me.
I could get I'm fine without basketball. You can take it, take it or leave it.
I haven't watched basketball since LeBron James was in Cleveland.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I'm a Suns fan. Okay, we win 13 games a year.
That's true.
I don't care. Baseball, it would kind of hurt. I'm not as big as you are on baseball, but like it hurts a little bit. I love watching the Mariners, no matter how bad they suck. Cowboys, that's a shot to the heart.
God, it'd be so strange.
What would I argue about?
It would be odd to not for a Sunday to come on and be able to just lay back and like watch football. Yeah. It would be weird. Like I'm not like one of those like, man, I don't like my week isn't like, man, I can't wait till Sunday to watch football. Like I'm not that like you guys are big. Like
Sunday at 1:00, you cannot reach me. And if you try to do something, I'm gonna be like, "Are you fucking stupid?"
I get
the Browns are on.
It's just not. I'm just not that vested in it. I never have been.
And for us in Ohio, so like wintertime, we don't have a lot to look forward to in terms of what you can do outside and all that. Football's a lot to a lot of people.
No Buckeyes. No.
There you go.
Sports is religion.
I don't watch Buckeyes.
Sports drives so much revenue.
It would,
How many millions of dollars we lost when LeBron left?
That's more Cleveland. Of what I was thinking. Like if they went away, not me personally. Like as far as entertainment, but like the economic impact it would have, huge. I mean, bars rely on that for people going out to the bars and watching the games and just the merchandise.
I wonder like what we would come up with instead.
I mean, what's the next biggest thing in Cleveland? The casino.
Oh, what would people do in place of it? Stop watching sports and everybody go gamble your money away.
And that's my point. So would the economy crash in Cleveland? At least in Cleveland.
I think the economy crashed in a lot of places. I mean, you got to look at the majority of sports towns. Like, you've got your LAs and your New Yorks and stuff, but like Green Bay, fucking Jacksonville, like there's a lot of places. Cincinnati, those places aren't making any money off of anything other than their sports teams.
Yeah.
Even places like Philadelphia. Who goes to Philly?
Not with a gun to my head.
Nobody's going to Philly.
I don't think I would go to Philly.
Soulless town.
We know how Jesse loves Philly.
I fucking hate Philly.
Get a cheesesteak and get out of there.
Yeah, that would probably be my one saving grace. I'm like, I'll come for 10 minutes and then I'll drive out.
Yeah, that's crazy though when you think about it. I mean, how reliant we are.
Even places that are like historic, like Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a cool town to visit. They're driven by their sports.
Yeah.
You got the Pirates, you got the Penguins, you got the Steelers, all the same colors. Everything's all like unanimously entwined. Nobody's going to Pittsburgh if the sports aren't there.
I guess too, to add to Nick's question, I guess I would ask like, so how does it all shut down? Does it shut down? Because we're going to have a cure for this thing eventually. So
not necessarily.
When it happens, it'll happen. When it does happen, whether it's a year from now, 2 years from now, whatever, did it shut down because we've been gone for so long that those teams folded? Like they're getting no intake?
It's going to look like that scene in Endgame where they pan over the Met Stadium.
Yeah.
Jeez, bro.
And it's just all like
and whales are in the ocean. And
so ominous and dark, and there's no lights.
that's all
on.
I think about right now whenever there's no sports.
The reason that I don't think that though is because if we're bailing out auto companies, they're going to bail out the sports.
Mm-hmm.
Sports is such a driving force of the economy. The number one rated shows every single year are the Super Bowls and the playoff games.
Yeah.
Every year, top 25 is always those football games, or if basketball gets a good matchup, basketball games. Like those Cavs-Warriors matchups, huge ratings. That's bars, that's business, that's merchandise, that's people working for those teams, people working for news, coverage. I mean, that's a bigger driving force than the auto industry.
That's why they've replayed the Cavs Warriors 143 times on ESPN since.
And people always watch it.
Yeah.
They bail them out.
Jeez, man.
It's wild.
Yep. And that's why they make all the big bucks.
Yep.
Like the LeBron James rookie card that's going for $960,000. $1 million for a basketball card.
I used to collect them. I didn't have anything that
I did
great.
too. They're down there on that shelf. $1 million though.
Could you imagine getting your hands on that?
Could you imagine? You know, people that probably have that right now and don't know it. Maybe not that one specifically, because like Nick said in that group, it's got like jersey in it. Like people that have some of these like limited edition cards and have no idea they're worth anything.
Just in a shoebox somewhere.
Shit ton of money.
Storage.
Like my buddy Andrew shared that, and that's how I saw it. He collects, like he is big into card collecting. He made like $1,000 last week off of a LeBron card, which is nothing compared to this. But I mean, $1,000 for a freaking card.
It's rent.
And you know, people have got these stacked away.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a lot of cards that I've got in the screw tight cases and stuff that I've never looked up what they're worth.
Is that a Nolan Ryan?
Yeah. It's like, that's just crazy to me.
That's the thing is it's like you have that with all types of stuff. I have a buddy who, when I was in Indiana, he was talking about, he does Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
He said he saw some guy post a holographic Charizard or something like that. It wasn't like the super, super rare one, but he was like, that thing's worth $750. He wanted $200. He goes, I jumped on it. Because I spent $200 for that card right there, and I flipped it and made $550 that night. He's like, people just don't know what they have.
Yeah.
People don't, man.
I remember they used to have the Beckett's. So like it was this big magazine that came out and you would look up, you know, what everything was worth. And
we used to sit around and right after school, we'd ride our bikes into the apartment complex that lived in the little park area. We'd fucking bust out that book and we would just trade cards.
Yep.
We'd go through our cards and see what they're worth. And I'll give you 2 of these for that one.
Yeah. It was like player trading. Yeah,
man. We used to do that all the time.
I used to have a LeBron James rookie, like Saint V card that was out of like an SI magazine or something.
Yeah.
It's floating around somewhere at my parents' house. I don't know if that's worth
Probably worth some
anything.
money, bro.
Probably is. I don't know. It's in there somewhere. I'll find
Even
it.
if it's worth $20.
I got a vitamin water bottle signed by Mike Brown.
It's probably worth some money.
That is worth something.
I went whenever he announced his MVP at St. V.
Yeah.
And I got like, I met like
forgot you
Anderson
were there.
Varejao and LeBron almost ran me over.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People collect that stuff, man.
I want to hear about
I was front row and like Zadrunas Sipkauskas like walked past me. My sister dropped her sunglasses and Anderson Varejao picked them up and gave them to her. And then like the Ferrari that LeBron was driving like came right to me. And it was like, he was like jumping, like trying to like drive it because he could only go like,
Yeah.
and he almost ran into me.
You should have like
I
just thrown
wish.
yourself at that car, bro.
You should have.
That was back when LeBron was like God.
Yeah.
Like, please hit me.
Yeah.
He's still like God.
I would
He was
say
just
he
like,
still
he
is
was
God.
God, and then he was a fallen God, and then he came back.
Yep.
That's crazy though. Like 900 grand.
$60,000
Yeah.
what's going for at auction right now.
Stupid.
That is wild, man.
I had a couple Jordan cards. I think those are probably the most I ever had. Like, and
Yeah.
I think I flipped 200 off of
What's
one
crazy
time.
is people buy it.
Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People
S-
love
stores.
sports
Who has $1 million
man.
in disposable income?
Too many people. Jeff
LeBron.
Bezos, who's going to be like the first trillionaire.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a rich man's sport because it's an investment. So if you buy it now and it spikes up 10 years from now,
Yeah.
another $1 million.
Yeah.
Made yourself $1 million.
The
So.
thing is you kind of had to be like a prophet and know, like,
Mhm.
I got to really hold on to this one because they're going to be something someday.
That's how it is
Yeah.
with Funkos.
Yeah, like you just got to know kind of like the trends and stuff. Like 20 years ago, I wasn't thinking, oh yeah, like LeBron's gonna be the best player in the world ever. I'm gonna make sure I like hoard all of his cards so in 20 years from now they're worth something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just hold like that. It's an investment. Like you gotta be in for the long game.
That's how it is with everything. Like even cars. Like
Wrestling
people back
figures.
back
Yeah.
driving like Barracudas and like all those like.
Dude,
old
I saw
cars.
a CUDA today.
Dude, they're
So
sexy.
sick.
They're
man.
bringing them back, dude.
Yeah, I seen the remake.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this CUDA was sexy.
My
It was
grandma
going down
used to have
George
the CUDA.
Washington. I was like, man, I want that car.
What kind of year are you guys talking? Like 70s CUDAs?
68, like
yeah.
16.
This was
Oh,
the late
yeah, the
60s,
golden
70s.
age. Yeah.
Dude, it was so sick. But yeah, it's weird. Like the collector thing, like I never got into
My Beanie Babies, they're gonna hit something.
Yeah, dude.
Beanie Babies was the thing, man.
That was one thing
And
everybody
they
thought
had
was
the little
gonna
plastic case on the heart tag. You go
Did you guys used to go to Tinker Toys at Summit Mall and buy them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I
be.
didn't
Tinker Toys. I forgot about that.
Tinker Toys.
Didn't
right
you
out
used to
front.
work at Tinker Toys?
KB Toys.
KB Toys.
Yeah.
But Tinker Toys was on the outside of the mall. And I'd go there and buy my beanie, make my dad buy me Beanie Babies.
Bro,
Yeah.
there was like a little drugstore at Talmadge Circle.
They had 'em?
What was that called? Oh, I forget what it's called. But they used to have them there.
Yeah.
Ritzman?
No.
No, Richmond's down there. Well, there's the Richmond in Green, but
It was like an old school like pharmacy.
Dude.
It was like a store as well.
Yeah, I know it looked old, like
Yeah.
because that building's still there.
Mm-hmm.
We used to have a net, like a little whatever hanging in our room, and all
Have
of
them
our
all
Beanie
there.
Babies were up there, like dozens upon dozens.
Like the American flag.
remember they had the flag one?
Yes.
Dude.
When did you get it at McDonald's?
So
Yeah, bro.
when I was around that age with Beanie Babies was a thing, I was probably like, I don't know, 7th grade-ish or so.
Yeah.
But like my parents were divorced, so like I'd have visit nights with my dad or whatever. Whenever I knew it was like a night that I was going to be with my dad, I'd always con him into let's go to the mall like to eat, and then be like, hey, let's go to Tinker Toys, and I'd make him buy me Beanie Babies and then fucking Jinko jeans.
Jinko jeans.
Boy,
Jinko jeans, bro.
That sentence just got a lot more dated.
Right in the, right
I was
in
gonna
the
say, I think that's
opposing-
behind my time.
What about opposing forces, though?
Yeah.
I'm going to go buy some Beanie Babies, and then, hey, let's go over to JCPenney so I can get the 4-foot wide jeans.
Is that when you stole the marbles?
No, I was younger. That was Pier 1 Imports.
Okay.
I guess so you could shove enough Beanie Babies in your jeans.
Dude, did you ever have Jinko jeans?
Oh, dude, I knew. Dude, they had that
love
spray
those.
painted emblem on the side.
Yes.
Oh my god.
You guys never had Jinko jeans?
I remember it, but I never bought it.
Dude, they were the thing. That was when I was in 7th grade.
You know what that stands for, right?
I don't.
We'll talk about it off here.
Junko?
Jesus.
Oh boy.
Are they no longer a thing?
I mean, that's probably not best to say it right now in this climate.
Jesus. Jinko jeans. Sorry if that's
I think
offensive. I don't know.
Echo means something.
Yeah.
All that stuff means something.
Man.
Did you ever have a chain wallet?
Oh,
Illuminati.
yeah.
Me too.
Chain wallet for sure, man.
I never had a chain wallet.
Oh,
I
that
didn't
was
have a
like the
chain wallet
coolest
either.
thing to have, bro.
Yeah.
We had
Chain wallet with the double
We
button.
grew up in a different
clips.
era.
Yeah, our fashion stuff was like Kanye pink polos, slitted glasses,
Pop
and that's about
collars.
it.
I wore 3 polos at the
Me
same
too,
time,
man.
and the
double pop
the
collars.
polo underneath matched the eagle
Yeah,
on the
Bro, same
That
with
shit
me.
hot?
yeah, man.
I went through that phase too. I
ripped jeans because I worked at American Eagle.
Yep.
had
American Eagle was
all
like my
those
shit.
phases, man. I went through all the Jinko jeans, the pop collars, the
Yeah.
Abercrombie, Hot Topic, and they're done that.
Yeah,
Faux
like
hawk
a white polo underneath and a pink polo
to match.
with a
Yep.
white eagle.
Holy God.
Yeah,
I went
man.
from huge white t-shirts and baggy jeans to fucking American Eagle,
Yeah.
having Nick buy all my shit for like 40% off.
Just go up there and get his
Yep.
discount.
40% discount.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
And they had the clearance racks too, so
Yeah, American Eagle was it, man.
Fucking
I still got
fashion,
American
man.
Eagle stuff that's just, at least their stuff held up. Like Abercrombie and all that stuff falls apart. It's a piece of shit. It does.
I still have an American Eagle polo
Yeah.
that I wear from time
I
to
got like a
time.
laptop bag that's real nice that I bought from them. And
Remember
all
that
types of
jacket
stuff.
with the fur hood?
I still have it.
Yeah, man.
It's warm. Wear it all the
Yeah,
time.
you did.
Man, fashion's come a long way.
Yeah.
Now there's like not any fashion. It's
Yeah,
just
what
like
would
you
you
can
say-
wear whatever the fuck you want now.
Like the trends, you mean?
Yeah,
I think
there's
ripped
no-
jeans are still in.
Now it's like joggers is
But it's
big.
not like everybody has to wear.
Joggers is like a big
It's
trend right
athletic
now.
wear now. It's like
Athleisure.
It's your athleisure, yeah.
Yeah.
The leggings, the
Yep.
Nike stuff.
More laid back stuff is
Oh,
I
more-
just have basketball shorts on deck now.
That's what it is, though. It's just shorts and t-shirts
Slides.
and nice shoes. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You get some Nikes or
Yep.
some bronze or some Jordans.
What are those? He's like looking at mine. I'm like,
You and Jesse both wear freaking sandals.
I do,
Chris
dude.
got the
Old man sandals.
Jesus 14s.
16s.
16.
Jesus.
I have to specially order my shit.
Oh my God. The other story about LeBron was the 100 million he raised, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for his media network.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. And they partnered with They brought like a couple different groups together now to form like one basic conglomerate, which is what he raised that money for. So they have that like barbershop show that he does,
which is great.
And then
it's really good.
It is really good. They have the one that they partner with JP Morgan on, and it's a finance show, which is really cool. And they talk about, just financial advice and stuff, and they bring in different celebrities and stuff. So they pulled those both are going to come onto the network. And then it's like his group that he's doing Space Jam with. So
is this just going to be like a channel that you can watch, or is it going to be like an app?
No, he create basically just like an entertainment network, and they're going to have all different kinds of shows. And I guess, he's just doing multimedia with it. So he's got like a production company that they're housing underneath of it. So they'll have their individual TV shows. I'm sure he'll do movie production and bring on other stuff, but they started raising the money to like launch it all before COVID started, and then that all hit and it all got delayed. But now they like officially are like in process to, I guess, start producing stuff or whatever. But just another way for him to give back. And it just shows how much he does, just not just playing basketball.
And has there ever been, like, I know MJ's huge on marketing, like LeBron, man, it just seems like a whole other level in terms of, because MJ lost a lot of money gambling. You don't ever hear LeBron lost money.
Well, he always said from the very beginning, though, that he didn't want to be just about basketball. That like he wanted to build like a legacy for himself, and like basketball was a catalyst to get him there.
Yeah, bigger
but
things.
Like ultimately, he wanted to do so much more than just do that.
It's crazy. He's still playing, and he's already done all this.
He's young, man.
He's easily going to be the richest athlete of all time.
35 years old, and everything that he's done, while to Nick's point, still playing
at a good level too.
He's doing all this, and still the best player currently playing.
He'll go down like headlining that line of activist athletes.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
People will eventually put him above Ali and Kareem and Jim Brown and all of those guys who in the civil rights era. We're in a new era of that. Like when we look back in history, all of these things are not going to be forgotten. This will be the George Floyd era. The protesting and all this stuff will be in history books at some point, just like the civil rights era. And he will be at the forefront of that type of stuff. Building the school, wearing I Can't Breathe, speaking out, building these media, doing everything that he's done to this point.
Yeah.
And he knows it.
Oh, yeah.
That dude is aware.
He's woke, bro. Yeah, he does some great stuff, man. And I think that's like when we like from Ohio or from Akron like are big fans of him, it's because of like, it's cool to say like he's the greatest basketball player, but that dude does so much. Just everything that he gives back. He building an entire apartment complex to house all the families for his school. Like that's just crazy to me. Nobody's doing that.
Yeah.
Or at least it's not being talked about if they are. Like no one is doing the level of like giving back that guy does. It's just crazy.
I still thought the bike-a-thon thing is cool too. Like that's always been one of my favorite things.
Gives away like hundreds of bikes. Yeah, he's a good dude. Anything new? Anything else new and exciting for sports, Jesse?
That was like the gist of it. There's so much hanging in the air at this point. That breaking news was the biggest thing that football's had in a while.
Yeah. Somebody posted something the other day. I didn't click on the article, but you might have. They were posting something about Tom Brady and like, I don't know, his working out or.
Oh yeah, that is actually something I wanted to talk about since we talk COVID so much. It's running everybody's lives basically.
Yeah, that's crazy because he never opens up about Tom Brady.
Yeah, they
never.
The NFL basically said, like it wasn't like an order, but they urged the players not to hold private workouts anymore because of COVID. And Brady was like, "Fuck that," and he had like 13 guys or something meet him for a private workout, and they're out there throwing the ball and getting everything done.
So irresponsible of him. He's a fucking cheater. Doesn't care about people with COVID.
He's never cheated.
He just fucking does whatever he wants.
Dude, Tom Brady's at that point where he's in his career. He does not care anymore. He does not live up to the rules anymore. Like he could retire tomorrow and he'd be happy.
He's 43. If he's willing to take the risk, let him take the risk. That man is going to win a ring.
I want to know where the Tom Brady, like, I have a dream school is or something. Like, where's this school that he's building and giving back to the community?
I didn't say he was an advocate. I said he's the greatest quarterback of all time.
He's not a good person. He's a great athlete.
He's not a good person. He's just a great athlete. Yeah.
He's a good person. He's just not a great person.
Okay. Same thing.
He's about his own money.
So what do you think about that workout, though?
I think it's risky. But it's just like how we talked about with Zeke and like the Cowboys and all those other guys. Like those athletes are probably going to be fine if they catch it.
Yeah, Zeke's fine now.
And I don't know. I mean, I think it sends a bad message for sure, especially in a place like Florida where you're at high risk. But those guys are going to do it anyways. Baker's holding workouts with, Jarvis and Odell and those guys. I don't have a huge issue with it. I mean, as long as, because these guys aren't the ones who are going out in public anyways like that. They're not the ones who are going out into the movie theaters and the malls and things and interacting with a bunch of people. They stay low key within their own circles, just like how we are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think that it's very different from what we're doing right now, meeting up once a week to do this. They're throwing the football around. I mean, sanitize the ball, sanitize your hands. You're probably freaking good.
Yeah. Always sanitize your balls and hands.
That's right. Especially if you're tossing them around to each other.
Only if you don't make that half-court shot. Anyhow, so enough of Tom Brady. We don't want to get Jesse too hot and bothered over there. Let's talk about some movie stuff. Okay. Chris has a couple Hollywood Report topics for us.
My God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm! Wait. Everybody calm down! Steve, assemble!
Movies.
So the first of a couple of stories that I have this week, I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts. We talked about the Cinemark lineup of classic movies. It was either last week or the week before. Regal has now upped the ante and posted their own list of movies beginning on July 10th. Some of these movies include Black Panther, Bloodshot, Rocky, Unforgiven, The Empire Strikes Back, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises, Inside Out, and Jurassic Park.
Damn.
The chain also said in another tweet later on that they would also be putting on the screen the Back to the Future trilogy, Dunkirk, Wonder Woman, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and Beverly Hills Cop.
Damn.
I saw Lord of the Rings on there too.
That's lit.
No, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Wait, do you have the Cinemark list?
Not right on me. I can find it real quick.
I know it's the best of the best. That's a good fucking list, though, man.
They're both really good.
Back to the Future trilogy
is huge.
The Dark Knight, Jurassic Park,
Rocky. I mean, on the big
Rocky's
screen,
dope.
Unforgiven is one of my favorite 90s movies. It's one of my favorite Westerns.
Yeah, that's some good. Shoot,
I saw Back to the Future for the first time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For the
Jesse both,
first
bro.
time.
Mm-hmm.
And?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't love it, but it was good?
I didn't love it, but I thought it was pretty damn good.
So
I loved
good,
it.
Man.
I loved the first one.
Yeah, man.
Second one annoyed me.
Did you watch the third?
I haven't watched it yet.
That's incredible to me. And that's not a knock at you. It's incredible to me that like people can make it through life that far without watching. Like a movie like Back to the Future is pretty common.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's I would love to experience that for the first time all over again. I'm envious.
Yeah.
It's so good, man. I've been throwing around the idea of buying a DeLorean, like seriously buying a DeLorean lately. I've wanted one for a long time.
You want to like go in on it?
Dude, I'm down. Dude. I legit have been looking. I want a DeLorean, man.
You get the DeLorean, I'll get the Air Max.
Oh.
The thing is, they weren't even like great performing vehicles. They're just they looked so stylish.
So cool to have.
Yeah. And you see them occasionally once around Akron here and there.
There's a guy that used to work at Sterling that owns one.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted one for so long, and I've been really like, I think I'm gonna buy one. It's got to like find one or build one or something. But
I'm trying to remember what the price was online. I think they were selling them around like $50,000. I thought.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some that are pretty expensive. There's a place in Texas that's like the only authorized like DeLorean supplier, and they bought up all of the stuff when like DeLorean like went under and they stopped producing them, and they make them manufacture them. You can buy like kits from them and stuff like that.
That's cool.
There's a guy here in Talmadge, one of my old managers, her boyfriend at the time, he is an authorized like DeLorean technician. He lives in Talmadge, and he would like work with that company and build DeLoreans for people.
Perfect.
I know. Like I want to reach out to him and be like,
yeah, man,
what's the deal? Like, how do we make this happen? How much is it going to cost me? I need one.
I'm sure he'll give you connections. I mean, they're always on eBay, dude. They're always selling them on there. Yeah. So the second story is Eminem apologizing to somebody, which never happens. Earlier this week, a new original version of the Eminem track featuring Conway, the machine track "Bang," was released, which saw Marshall Mathers criticizing Revolt. Revolt is a black media company owned by Diddy himself with a majority black team that is authentic and real about what it posts. Eminem figured that the diss was out of line and basically, what's the word I'm looking for? Not needed in a time where so much turbulence is going on for the black community currently.
Damn.
It's stupid.
He said,
it's stupid.
Because he apologized?
Yeah.
Why?
Because unless his diss was like directed at like a racial thing, which Eminem has never, ever had a hint of racism in his career, I think that's stupid.
Yeah.
And for Eminem of all people to do it, I kind of lost a little bit of respect.
He's gotten
for him.
soft in old age, man.
Like, dude, you're in the rap game, which is a primarily black run industry, and I mean, I don't know what the diss was, and I didn't hear it, but like, come on, man, you're being L'Oreal right now.
That's true.
Yeah.
So from him, it is interesting, honestly. Like, he does not. The dude's known for being like just
he's
off
rapped
the
about
wall.
Abortions,
right,
and
man.
killing. I mean, just
killing his girlfriend, man.
Yeah, the most awful thing.
His most recent album was called Murder
racism,
for Hire
though.
or something, right? Like, the dude's off the wall.
Yeah.
He
So
said a
that's-
lot of shit that's way over the top, but never once has he ever, in all of his beefs and whatever, has he ever gone towards race.
No.
Do you think it's a sign of the times, though, that he's just worried about, like, maybe sensitive people will look at it and go, he's being insensitive to the black community?
It's possible, but again, coming from him,
dude, you're out of the
who,
game
like-
at this point anyway.
Okay, you slow down there. Bud.
I mean, come on.
He's like 50 years old.
He's a G.
He is. He is an icon,
His name's already etched, yeah.
but he's not.
I got you.
He's out.
He's not. No,
He's like Lil
Uzi
Wayne.
Vert.
Lil Wayne's out. Like,
Lil Wayne is not out.
Lil
Damn.
Wayne's out. Bro.
Lil Wayne is not out.
He ain't nowhere near what he was
He's not
10
out.
years ago.
Man, I saw an interview with Lil Wayne and Eminem like 2 weeks ago when Lil Wayne has like a podcast thing. And he was talking about that. How he was writing a new song and how he has to Google his lyrics to make sure he hasn't said that again like before.
Damn.
And Eminem was like, me too. I do the same shit.
Fuck the pillow, fuck the sheet. I wake up and beat my meat. Oh, baloney. Bitches don't know me.
Soundbite. Soundbite.
Yeah, you got to save that. What time is it?
Bars.
Here's the verse. Yeah, shout to Puffy Combs, but fuck Revolt. He raps in a new verse. Y'all are like a fucked up remote. Now I get it why our buttons broke.
See, there's nothing wrong with that. Your shit's whack. You're allowed to say that. It doesn't matter if
That has
it's
nothing
black
to
and
do
you
with
run it.
race.
Yeah, that's whack, bro.
Especially like Diddy will be fine. He's got so much money.
Diddy
Like,
was like,
obviously,
who dissed me? Eminem? Oh, okay.
right?
At least it wasn't somebody whack.
Right.
You guys ever saw that Chappelle Show skit where he's in there with Making the Band? He's like, I'm shutting down the studio, y'all. Diddy's coming in and out. He's like, got good news and bad news. Good news is I saved a bunch of money on my car insurance. Bad news is I'm shutting the studio down.
Jesus.
I didn't see that one.
Moving on. Rolling Stones threatening Trump with lawsuit over rally music.
He gets that a lot.
Yeah, he does.
The Rolling Stones are taking further steps to prevent Donald Trump from using their music at his rallies after the president's campaign ignored the previous cease and desist letters. This could be the last time Trump uses any Jagger Richards song on campaign, the band said.
Good. Fuck
does-
Trump.
he
He
does
shouldn't
what he
have any
wants.
music.
Fuck Donald Trump. You ever heard that song?
Mm-mm.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
But that's how it goes.
Eminem spoke out against Trump.
Yeah.
He should apologize for that.
No, he shouldn't.
He should apologize for everything. It's 2020.
Let me get this next thing going here. Oh yeah. So Tenet and Mulan have both been moved back again. Nick, I know, is heartbroken. Tenet is now August 12th. Mulan is August 21st.
August.
Tentatively. It ain't gonna happen.
I don't think he will either.
It ain't happening.
You don't think it's coming out?
2021.
I don't think so.
God, I cannot wait that long.
Just
Yeah,
release
man.
it on demand, man.
Not Tenet, man. I want to see that in the
I
theater.
pay
bro.
$50 for it. I'll watch it
I
again
know.
when it comes to
I would
theaters.
too.
That's so hard because like
I want to see it in the theater.
You need an option to pay for it, $50, and it comes with a ticket to see it whenever it releases.
What was the
You-
movie
you
that
would
they
do
did
that,
that with?
though?
I
I
would
would
a
do
ton of
it.
money.
I want to see that first in the
This
theater,
year?
man.
Yeah,
I
they
know
did it
what
for
you mean.
$20. What was that movie?
I mean, they've done a lot this year.
What do you mean?
It was like the first one that did it. They charged $20 at home. Was it Onward? I thought that was free.
Yeah, Onward was
They
one.
made
of
a
them.
ton of money off of that.
Yeah, they've been doing that. Like Staten Island, King Staten Island
Yeah.
was that way.
Yeah.
Unbroken. Oh, not Unbroken.
There's been a bunch.
Invisible Man was like that.
Mm-hmm. Irresistible was just this past Friday.
Some of them
Steve
are
Carell.
okay, but like Tenet, man, for the music.
Oh, I know, man.
Like, man, that's got to be a theater scene movie.
It's not ideal, but I fucking want it. It's done.
I need a theater for Tenet. Mulan, I'll pay. I'll pay for Mulan. Like if it wants to come to streaming,
Mulan can come to me for free.
Oh,
but Tenet is
that's
the theater scene.
shit.
I never even watched the original, like the Disney animated
that's
one.
why you need to watch that.
They'll be totally different.
No, dude. Like,
no.
They'll be totally different because there's no music.
Do you like
in the
Disney
live action.
movies? Like, do you watch?
Yeah.
Yes, do I like Disney movies?
How have you not seen Mulan? It's one of the best soundtracks.
How'd you not see Back to the Future until like a week ago?
Live action's not going to have any music in it, though, so it's not going to matter.
I know, but I'm talking about the animated version. He said he hadn't seen that.
It is one of the best animated soundtracks of all time.
Yeah.
It's pretty iconic.
Yeah.
Yes, bro.
To
To defeat the Huns.
Bro, yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it now. It's
great.
Got me ready.
Did we oversell it?
Nah.
That was the winning argument.
Brought me daughters when I asked for sons. It's Ryan. He's singing about.
Two more stories. The first one I am pumped about. The Boys season 2 arrives September 4th.
Yes.
Have we all seen The Boys?
Yeah.
Ryan hasn't.
Okay.
Hell have you not?
What the fuck are you doing, man?
I watched like the first 2 episodes and I was like,
Oh, well then spoil it for him. Fuck
yeah,
him.
I don't care if you spoil. I'm not gonna watch it.
Well, they released the first 3 minutes of the season online already, and it looks like they have introduced a new character, a female.
Storm or Firestorm?
Yeah. Who's going to join the 7. What's funny about that is that character was a boy in the comics, and I already like this deviation. Like, she seems bad fucking ass.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't wait. Just the gritty tone is still there. Everything about it still looks consistent.
I'm going to be part of the 7.
Who's she replacing?
Translucent.
Oh, okay.
And
that makes sense.
And he was like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
She's like, your eyes are really fucking blue.
And she's bad at it. I recognize her from somewhere, like that actress. But
did you see the preview?
No, I haven't watched it. I didn't know that was out.
Yeah, it's but September 4th, like, I'm pumped.
Did you see the little like trailer thing at the end of that like scene for the for the actual season? It has like, you know, like a sizzle reel.
I've seen a trailer for it. I don't know if it's the same one.
It is so bloody, man.
Yeah.
Some dude's head is like in a tree and it's like split. Like, it's insane.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Nice.
Yeah, it
looks.
You liked one.
The first season's really bloody too.
Yes, first season's badass.
Yeah, but this
like over
this
like crazy.
looks like a lot.
You guys were the ones that got me turned on to it because we were at your show and you guys were talking about it, and I'm like, well, I'll go home and I'll start it tonight. All that, dude. I sat there and I binge watched every episode.
It's so good.
Read the comics, dude. I was on board.
I need to read the comics.
You can borrow them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have them all? How many are there?
Well, there's 8. It's 8 volumes that are about that wide.
I was going to say, so are they comics or like graphic novels?
They're graphic novels. I think there's 83 issues in total. So yeah, the story expands.
Jeez.
Last piece of.
How true is it to the comic?
Not at all.
Really?
Like the outlines there.
Yeah.
But the thing I like about it is, and I'm usually opposite when it comes to this. They both exist. Like, they can both exist in their own worlds. Yeah. Like, to your point, I totally get it in this world. Like, they're both gritty. They're both bloody. They're both really, really R-rated. And I mean, sometimes it's even pushing for that X in the comic. Like, man, they go into some nasty details.
Nice.
Season 1 where he lifted up that baby and he lasered everybody with the baby's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, shit.
Dude, that airplane scene, man, was fucking
That
nuts.
was one of the most intense things I have ever seen in a TV show.
Nothing has ever made me more uncomfortable.
Me either.
Than that scene in that show.
I totally agree with you.
And he goes,
I mean, that shit was really like, fuck, man. Like, God
Because
damn.
you know those people are going to die.
and Maeve even wanted to save him, Queen Maeve. You know, she's like, you're just going to leave him up here?
It was wild.
Yeah, I shouldn't be talking about this. Okay, so
I don't care.
The last
thing about laser baby eyes.
The last piece is video game news. PS5 update. Forgotten Xbox One feature coming to next-gen PlayStation. The PlayStation 5 may have taken inspiration from one of the Xbox One's forgotten features. It has been revealed. Sony has filed a patent for an information processing device which features a main screen and a subscreen on the same display.
What would you use that for?
Provided as an information processing device which displays a main screen, including main content, displays a subscreen of a different type from the main content.
It's like a picture-in-picture.
Players would be able to switch between main and subscreen by highlighting the content. That's all it says.
Maybe it's like I'm trying to watch the game but play my game also or something.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Streaming, I imagine, too. Like maybe if you have like a network or something, makes it easier.
That'd be cool.
Caters more to the stream.
They've been leaking like different price points all week. I don't know how many of them are legit or not, but like it's either going to be between $500 and $600.
I heard the 7 was fake.
Yeah, 7.
Are you going with the digital version?
Fuck no.
Me either.
I like hard copies of things. I don't like digital movies. I don't like digital. The only thing I do digital is music, and that's because
it's illegal.
Steal my music. Yeah.
Yeah, but the hard copies, is it not like where you upload it to your system anyways?
The digital,
like you have a hard copy disc, but then you just have to download it anyways.
Yeah, but I like having that hard. Like I just feel like if something goes wrong, something gets deleted, and there's a glitch, I lose that game. You know, customer service isn't going to give you that free game.
I'm usually about like tangible. Like I want to have hard copies of stuff.
Yeah.
But with the games, I found I was always buying them, and then I'm like, I just got to download it anyway. So I just started doing the digital. It's all saved within your online account.
Yeah.
So like if you reset your Xbox and you need to re-download it, like I've gone to go buy and it's like you already own this purchase, just re-download it.
I do have some digital games from like the PlayStation Plus because you pay for that to play online and they give you free games. So I've got like God of War through that. Like they have really good games on there. Actually,
Battlefront.
Yeah.
Like you said.
But
I always wondered how that would affect. See, when they started,
I jump between those games so quickly though. That's like if I am playing like Madden,
right,
I'm gonna binge through a season and really put myself into that game. Or like Call of Duty, we play that all the time now. But like before I got Call of Duty and I was just having those downloaded games, I kind of got tired of Madden. I didn't really have anything else to play.
Right.
I couldn't just sit and focus on one. And I think it's because it's so easy for me to click out and go to something else if I get bored or if it's hard. Where like if I'm playing Call of Duty and I'm getting killed and stuff, I got to get up and get.
That's what I was going to ask you. So do you guys have to do it like on PlayStation, where if you want to play one that you have the hard copy, it makes you put the disc in?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how Xbox is too. And that was the other thing I got annoyed by. I'm like, I could just download it digitally.
I
get to your point because you have to get up and like it's more work to switch through them.
Yeah.
But the whole reason I switched it was because I was like, you make me download this onto my system because I have a hard disk and I have to put it into play. Yeah, but I could just download it digitally and then I wouldn't have to have the disc.
It's not necessarily. It's just because the hard disk is your base game.
It's like your ownership. Yeah.
But then. So you can do the like Madden. It's the rosters before anything throughout the season. But then what you're downloading is the ability to update that roster every single week.
Yeah.
I mean, Call of Duty updates their stuff every fucking day.
Yeah, it's wild.
That game is huge. It's the only game on my console right now, and it's almost maxed out the memory. I don't know what I'll do if they have another major update.
Well, I just bought it, like the full game finally, and it was 5.
Like I have like 5 things I have to download.
Bro, that
because
game
you
is
have
like 300 gigabyte game.
Yeah. You have the campaign. You have Warzone.
You have co-op.
You have co-op. You also have
your
special ops,
multiplayer.
and then you have. I think the 5th one might just be like your profiles and skins and things like that.
The game is insane.
I haven't even started to play the campaign yet.
Either have I.
Oh, you both got it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Multiplayer, baby.
I know.
What is the difference between that and
multiplayer? Is smaller maps, and it's like groups of between 10 and 20 people.
Yeah.
And then you're just running. So it'd be like this house. 10 people in this house. You're running around. You're shooting. You respawn. It's you have a certain thing. So it's either like team deathmatches, kill as many people as you can first. Then you've got like search and destroy. So you've got to like take a bomb to a place, but there's no respawning. So you got to be more stealthy.
Dope.
Then they've got like headquarters where you have to hold down an area to get the
I feel
points.
like I get smoked.
Oh, so that's what your meme was.
So yeah. So like in Warzone, you've got long range weapons. You've got stuff that you want to get people from a distance, like sniper rifle. I never use a sniper rifle in multiplayer because it's just not feasible to do well. Multiplayer though, you want guns that are tiny, short. You want to get your gun up really, really quickly instead of necessarily having it like stable. So like my classes for like multiplayer are like an MP5 with nothing on it that's like this big, and I can just where if I use that in Warzone, I'm gonna get toasted from like 50 yards because you're in a massive world.
That's dope.
It's hard to jump back and forth, but multiplayer is how you like level up your weapons. So if you know that you like your, like I use the Grau. If you guys wanted to get the same thing as me, you could go on, get the Grau, and we can go into a match maybe get 30 kills, where it's going to take you 30 matches of Warzone to get that same amount of experience for that gun. Because you have gun experience and then you have level experience.
Yeah, we should do that.
We definitely need to do that.
Yeah, so you just do it on hardcore. I have no idea how to build
my guns either.
Yeah. And the thing is it doesn't matter
the XP or anything though, because to Jesse's point, we get one or two kills in Warzone.
I watch all these videos. Like, if you want to do this, you got to put this suppressor and this. I'm like,
and I can help you with that. But like the thing is you don't even have to be good at that though, because like you go into Warzone on hardcore mode, you're gonna get some kills, and even if you suck there, it doesn't affect anything negatively.
Well, and the good thing about building your gun in there is if you fuck up, you don't have to light it on fire. you just get a new part.
Don't put it backwards.
So yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, I'm excited now. We're gonna get you guys some fucking weapons.
Oh yeah, I downloaded it.
Yeah,
because now when I go on my login screen, it's like
I have like
5
6
different
things.
tiers or whatever. Yeah, I gotta like choose between.
A lot of
the game
space,
is huge, man. It's like one of the. I've got like a 5 terabyte external hard drive linked to my Xbox, and this game is massive, man.
Jesus. I think it's up to 400.
It's like 400 gigabytes or something crazy.
What does it update? The lands every day and like the.
Oh, so like they give you new playlists. They give you new, like the updates aren't super big every single day.
Yeah,
they're small. They usually happen overnight, and it's like they change a new type of game in. They might add in a new map
that you can play.
You get like stickers for your guns or call signs or things like that to like put for your identity or bio. But then every once in a while, they like when the season ends, like we just had a new season a couple weeks back. That is when they put in major changes into the map. You've got brand new people involved that you can play as. There's like new, like we had bunkers that you could go into where there's like a nuke inside, and that was like a whole new aspect of the game that they included.
Guess that's how you keep it fresh.
We never did get into that bunker.
Oh, I did.
Did you? You fucker.
Yeah, I got in.
We never had the call card.
I got into a couple.
You bastard.
You know.
Jesse plays with his cool kids.
Dude, I always.
All right, guys. I gotta go play with my loser friends now. Hey, what's up, guys?
I time it at night. You guys always do the same thing. Ryan will be like, "Hey, man, you want to go on WZ or whatever?"
Yeah. I'll be playing with Jesse. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna go to bed now," and I'll be like, "All right, bye, man." And then he's still on playing. I'm like, "This fucker's just going to play."
I've never done that to you, you fucking liar.
It's like, "Oh, the cool kids are on now."
Yeah.
I'm over there playing with them. I'm getting wins, and then I'm like, all right, my fucking loser friend's been asking me for like an hour.
Yeah,
I keep getting updates from him.
You play with them, and you're the worst player. You come and play with us, and you feel good about yourself because we suck.
No, I go and play with them, and I am either the second or the third best
worst player,
depending if I'm playing with Cullen and Jalen. They're both better than me. I'm better than the rest of them.
If he's playing with the one girl, then he's better. If he's
I'm better than
the
Jenny. I'm better than Ryan. I'm better than Kyle.
The other
I'm just not better than Cullen. And Jalen and I, depends on the day. Sometimes I play better than him. He's just better overall.
Okay.
Push.
Yeah, man. One shot.
Good shit.
On me.
These fuckers, I'm playing with you guys, and I'm like, all right, go grab that thing. It's on the map. And Nick's like, what? I don't see it. He's like spinning, getting shot in the face and shit.
Nick hasn't learned to use his map yet.
You haven't yet either.
I use my map great.
Jesse over here lagging.
I just struggle.
Oh my god.
Not anymore. I got new internet.
I struggle with picking stuff up sometimes. I'll hit the fucking button. My dude doesn't pick the shit up. I'm like, bro.
I use the map.
Not well. I thought you said Weast.
Fuck, man.
I'm awful.
It's fun though.
You've actually gotten.
Remember that one game?
You're not bad for playing. You've got like 8 hours on Warzone.
Yeah.
I've got like 4.5 days.
That one game I had like 3 kills. I was lighting dudes up. Man.
Yeah.
It felt so good.
It's not even like I don't even get mad that I'm not that great though, because it's like you just start a new game.
Yeah.
You just keep playing.
Was it you I was playing with when the dudes were like going off at the end?
Oh, bro. Dude, they won. And they're like, they wouldn't let you get a word, and you guys fucking suck. We rape your
fucking
asses.
pussies. Like,
is that just strangers?
Yeah, because at the very, you can't talk to people during the game, but I found out like if you wait until the very end, it gives them like 20 seconds to talk.
Yeah.
And so everybody that's still there gets a chance to talk. And so they're sitting there. I didn't say a word. And they're like, you guys are fucking bitches. And they're not talking to us. They're talking to everybody that's played. But so Ryan has me dying, though, because he's just like, wow, guys. Like, okay, good game. Like, wow. That's not nice. Wow. And they're like, fuck you and your fucking ass fucking pussy. Like,
kill your mother.
Yeah.
They were wild, bro.
It was
just like,
classic,
geez, guys, that's
classic
not very
Call
nice.
of Duty.
You're playing with real soldiers.
These dudes were wild. wild, man. I fucked your mom yesterday.
It was hilarious. Ryan's like, "Whoa, please, God, no!" Like,
not my mom.
I was fucking.
Leave her out of this. She's not playing.
Dude, this is my first day here.
Did you know in the jailbreak that if you're dead, like not even like
if you're spectating, you still come back.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just if you had a play or if you're still playing.
Nah, man.
So today I was doing like what we did where we were watching the team that was winning and the jailbreak came on and then I got to come back in the game.
Did you win?
Fuck no.
I was playing the
dope though.
Before I came here, I was playing the version where it's like 50 on 50 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Ground war.
Dude, did you just get run over by trucks the whole time?
Yeah, bro.
You have to.
I don't like ground
war. You have
war.
to land on a roof or something.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like ground
ATVs
war.
coming at you, fucking choppers blowing you up.
I got 3 kills with Molotov cocktails. That's it. Just throwing them at buses.
Yeah, bro.
A lot of madness to that one.
It's just chaos.
Because you just come right back. So people are like, if I die, I die. Because you literally just respawn and you just keep going.
Because Warzone, you might go like a quarter mile without seeing a single person. It's very tactical, but Ground War is like a smaller map. It's bigger than the regular map, but it's still small compared to Warzone.
Yeah.
You've got 100 people packed into it.
Bottles it up more.
Where like Warzone is an entire, like it takes you literally, if you walk from one end to the other, it would probably take you like an hour.
Yeah.
And that's 150 people.
So I was playing Ground War just so I can get like used to like picking up, like, or just like shooting and like switching my weapons out and like ducking and like just getting my bearings. It's helped me like figure out the controls a little bit better because if I die, I just come right back.
Yep.
So it's
you're like that quicker pace. It like makes you react better.
Yeah.
So like when you are in the war zone and someone like pops up on you.
I wish
like,
there were weapons
quicker.
and stuff in the ground though, and like
so that you don't have to pre-select.
Yeah. It's such a fun game though, man.
It's just like any game. I mean, you do enough of it, you'll get better.
Yeah.
You know?
I was terrible when I started.
I've always just not played Call of Duty because anytime I'd ever play with like you guys, I would get just destroyed. So I just like never played it.
This is the first Call of Duty game I've ever played online.
Me too.
Because I've tried to play previous ones and the dudes were so good, I would just get so annoyed.
Yeah.
Right, and that's
And I
not
was like,
fun. You're just getting killed in 10 seconds every time.
But like this one is enjoyable, and then like playing with somebody that knows what they're
This
doing.
is like they never used to have this like Fortnite style.
So dope.
Like
they did it
Stallone
on
thing.
Black Ops 4, I think or Black Ops 3, whichever one it was the first one that did that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't very good. This one is like,
dude, I was
superb.
I was playing yesterday, and it was like, I don't know if it's because I've been playing during the day because I was like off work and not playing late at night when we play.
Yeah.
But I've been getting stuck playing with like little kids. And bro, this little kid I was playing with, I wanted to fucking choke slam him. He just kept hitting the thing, like the bring me back button.
Oh,
and I'm like, bro, I've got $500. Hold on. He's like, but do you got the money yet? Do you have enough money to get me back, man? And he just kept hitting it. I'm like, I'm gonna murder you.
You know what I can't stand?
Tell him you're gonna fuck his mom.
Dude,
I can't stand when I'm playing with somebody who hasn't changed their fucking battery in their smoke detector.
Yes, all the time, bro.
I always
all
think it's
the
mine.
time.
How many people in the world?
It's everybody with a smoke detector.
It's everyone.
But here's the deal,
echo,
bro.
That faded echo in the background. Yep.
It's loud though, so like, cause mine's right in front of my TV. So I'm like, fuck, and then I'm like looking at it, and then I take it off, and I'm like, God damn it, change your battery.
Here's the thing: if I'm playing with someone who lets their shit go off, then I know in real life they're a fucking murderer,
right?
Because you don't let that shit beat.
You are a
You're a
psychopath.
serial killer. And that's why you're playing this game.
I hate it so much.
Because you're fucking feeding your urge to murder people. Because you don't let that shit beat in your
so
speaker.
Happy that it
bro,
pisses.
all the time.
Seems like a proven thesis.
It happens
every day I play. At least once it happens.
It happened before I came here.
The worst is when people play their music in the background.
Oh yeah, they don't have their speak.
I used to
yeah. Me and Ryan played against somebody who was rapping.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
His own raps?
Yes. He was like freestyling on the fucking mic.
Did you tell him that
no,
he was whacked? Like
he
a
was
dead
He
remote?
was like Iranian or something.
I'm too nice because I'm like, I don't know who's on the other side of that. I don't want someone to freaking kill themselves because I was mean to them on Warzone.
Dude.
Bro, I'm just like,
nobody
you never know, man.
is killing themselves.
You're on Xbox.
Bro, you don't know.
You be the first.
Xbox
You
guys
don't know.
It's like
I guess you
known
don't
to be
know.
ruthless.
But,
I try and just be chill. But there's a dude on there talking to his wife about going to visit their cousin's new baby, like having full-on conversations. I'm like, turn your fucking mic off. Like, I can't hear my players. I'm trying to win this shit.
Could you imagine if they had microphones for like Super Mario back in the day? Jump! Get the fucking mushroom!
Right, bro. This shit is
that'd
wild.
be a dope video.
That'd be a good stream.
That'd be a good video, man.
Get it. Get the fucking. Oh, you're so useless. God, get the fucking flying power.
Dude, people are wild.
I have like no restrictions when it comes to online stuff. Like I don't drop.
No restrictions
I don't drop
on real
any,
life.
No, I don't.
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't use any race language on the video game, and that's it. I'm gonna fuck your mom. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. It's
Dino Rider.
So you're how you are normally.
Dude, so you know what I just realized the other day?
What?
My fucking name on there is Dino Rider, and this dumbass is T-Rex.
Yeah. I'm older than you.
So
I had
it's like
T-Rex before you, bro. Oh, you're like you're riding
like
me.
I'm fucking you.
Fucking weirdo.
We're always on a team.
What the
And I'm some Italian.
And you have not been T-Rex longer than me. I've been Dino Rider since PlayStation 2.
I'm older than you, which means I've had online before you, which means I've had T-Rex
That
before
doesn't mean
you.
anything. I've had online since the internet was made.
I was T-Rex with AIM.
Yeah, bro. I had T-Rex on Atari.
I don't know when I started with Dino Rider.
T-Rex.
That was your Atari profile name?
What is your asteroid's
When
name?
I like logged in, T-Rex 7's what I've been putting on arcade games and everything.
So what's the significance behind that?
I like dinosaurs and 7's my
I like dinosaurs.
I like little dinosaurs.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
T-Rex is always my favorite dinosaur.
Should I change my name to a dinosaur?
You should.
Yeah.
You should be like
You should be
Alan
Dino
Grant or
Daddy.
something.
No, Dino Daddy.
Veloso Daddy.
Yes, you totally
That'd be
should, bro. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
We could all be.
I didn't
Dino
think about it
Rider.
until the other day when Steph came down and she was like, wait, so you're Dino Rider. Who's T-Rex? And I'm like, wait a minute.
Why are you Dino Rider, though?
It's just like some fucking joke from when I was like 12.
I like dinosaurs.
Dude, you remember Turok? Did you guys ever play Turok?
Turok was dope.
That
I heard of it.
Dope. It was like a dinosaur like hunting game.
Yeah.
Sick. Jesus. I don't know if this falls in, but I want to cover it really quick. Disney changing the ride, that ride because of I know, what the fuck. Did you know why though?
No.
I didn't know it was
What's the
based off
ride?
of they took
Is it a splash offensive?
Splash Mountain. I guess the whole theme of that is based off of a movie or something called Song of the South.
Oh.
And it's like I guess it's all about like Southern like slavery type
I've
stuff.
seen Song of the South. I didn't know about this though.
I never knew that.
Mm.
So yeah, they're changing it to fucking Princess and the Frog. I'm so pissed. Like you're gonna reimagine a fucking ride, and that's the best you could come up with is Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
You should have made it something super dope. I'm super bummed.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm just annoyed by that.
I'll say about the movie as much. Like, there's a reason why you can only find it on eBay for like $325.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty out there for its time.
I get it. I mean, that ride is out there, and it's very sexual. But
is it?
Bro, there's a lot of sexual connotations in the animation inside that ride. There's like the bear's like bent over like in a honey jar, and the fox is like behind it, like thrusting him, trying to like pull him out because he's like stuck.
Like stuck porn?
It is, bro. It's legit stuck porn.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of weird stuff.
I'm
man.
stuck down here.
I'm stuck in this honey
I'll
jar.
help you, step bro.
Hi, stepson.
There's like one plaque of the bunny, and he's like spread eagle, and then there's like water shooting out from like under his crotch area. There's a lot of weird stuff.
If anything, they should keep that.
Yeah, man.
I feel like the adults would benefit from that a lot.
It's a good ride, but I was more, I get changing it if it's based on something they need to change, but I'm just annoyed that that's the best they could, like.
I wonder if they'll have like, make it all like French Quarter themed and stuff.
I guarantee you the only reason they're doing Princess and the Frog is they can probably reuse a lot of the stuff, scenery wise, and just change out like a character.
Easiest transitions.
Yeah.
And then they can sell beignets.
I'm down for that though. I'll take some beignets.
Dude, beignets are bomb.
Epcot, you can get those. Those are so good.
We need to go back to Orlando, bro.
I know.
Is Epcot the one with the
big ball?
With no, dumb it. I'm talking about the fucking around the world beer.
Yes.
I want to do that.
Yeah, the beer gardens.
go
and
on
all that.
October.
It's not a beer crawl though. It's just like a liquor crawl.
Yeah,
I want to go to the one with the food crawl.
That's when we do in October every year. Yeah. We go in October every year because
You finished it?
It's the Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah, remember he got free drinks because I was dead?
Yep. Yeah.
But you finished the crawl?
Yeah.
You did all 10.
We do it every year.
Bro, that's a lot of liquor.
No, bro, it's dope.
I'm down.
Look right there. See those chopsticks on that counter? Those are my menus from doing the Around the World. You get a sticker and you put it on each one that you do to show you like completed it. So I collect
They still
them.
give you a little passport?
Yeah, and all my receipts, I keep my receipts from every restaurant because it's for the different countries. So I'll be like, you bought this in Mexico,
Whenever I went when I was little,
bro, you got to be tilted.
Oh, it's so dope.
We
when
didn't-
it's fucking hot as shit
we
out.
didn't do food or wine. We just did like they stamped your book.
Yeah, it's dope, man.
I like Dole Whips.
When you do it in the
Never had one.
This one, like when you do it in October, because you can do the eat around the world or drink around the world anytime.
Yeah.
But when you do the October food and wine one, they have additional little like kiosk food things that are like smaller samples, and then different alcoholic drinks at every single one. Bro,
And they're like themed to the country.
It's super legit.
Isn't it like
So like boba tea? Like I get when I go to Japan, they have like boba tea, and then Mexico you can get like margaritas and like so all
that's
the
what I was
different.
gonna say. It's like 6 of them are like liquor.
Oh yeah, bro.
And then 4 of them are like big ass beer, like Germany's beer.
Yep.
America's
Belgian.
What's America? That's beer too, isn't it? You'd think they do whiskey or something, but whatever.
It's dope.
Maybe it's bourbon.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah,
but then like Britain's beer, Mexico's margarita.
Yep.
Japan was like
sake.
It was something like that. It was. It
They
wasn't
do have a
sake, but
sake
it was
one,
like
yeah.
it was like some type of weird pear thing. I feel like though.
You better get that sake out of the way first, man.
Dude,
I
I can't do sake, man.
I don't
It's
hate sake.
nasty.
But if you drink that at the end, man,
That's true.
You'll be paying for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
maybe
want to
worse
knock the
than that
beers out first.
cucumber soda we had.
The cucumber was the only one I really liked.
We do need.
I wouldn't say liked, but the only
No,
one I could
the
drink.
one from Italy was the worst one.
It was the weird.
Dude,
it was
it
supposed
was
to be
like
pear, but it
burning,
tasted like fucking burnt barbecue.
You're talking your guys' Coke taste, right?
Yeah,
that was
bro.
pretty cool.
They were all terrible.
Mm-hmm.
None of them were good.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were just some that were like serviceable.
tolerable.
I could drink those.
Tolerable. Yeah.
That's bizarre. Like you wouldn't find one that's like, oh man, that blew me away.
They were
No.
terrible. Like some of them were like
Bro.
puke worthy. Like
Absolutely.
Ryan literally almost lost his shit
Yeah.
on that fucking barbecue one.
It was awful.
We're like, dude, do not fucking throw up here.
It
in the
was
middle of
like,
Portland.
you know, when you make like say you make like pulled pork in a crock pot,
Yeah.
and you let it sit on for too long, that it starts to like get that caramelized burnt
Yeah.
smell.
like around the edges, you get those crispy.
It was
stuffed parts.
like drinking that,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it
and
was
then
terrible.
smelling it at the same time.
And
And it
being
was supposed to be
carbonated.
an Asian pear. Like I thought it
Awful.
was gonna be because I've had something else at some point that was like a pear Asian
Yeah.
drink that was actually like fruity and delicious.
I love pears.
So I'm like, oh guys, I'm really excited for this one. And then you smell it and it smells like barbecue, and I'm like, well, it's maybe just weird. And then you drank it and it was just like, nope.
How much did you
terrible.
pay for that? Was it like $20 or something?
It wasn't
It
bad.
wasn't bad.
I think it
Yeah.
was like
It's like 16 drinks, right? Or
I think it was
something?
like $15 or something. We each just paid $5, and then you got like
Yeah, it was like 16
decent
drinks.
sized. I don't know. What do you think that was? Like 3 or 4 ounce?
Like a water cooler cup,
Okay.
but filled.
yeah.
Well, I guess now you know you've tried it. You know.
That was the thing.
I'll
It was
never
cool to do it.
It was cool to
but
do.
it was a one and done. Like, it was
Plus, we made a
bad.
dope TikTok. I
Yeah,
did
we
it.
did.
I did it. Hey guys, I did
What
it.
was the song?
I don't remember.
It was
That's that splat. That's that splat.
Yes. Hey, I did it.
I did it.
Dude, that shit was so funny.
do you remember how crazy it was going down there right before COVID started?
Dude, it
I was going to say you guys don't need to be
blew
going
up.
there.
And we went to the NBA thing. We were touching all the basketballs. We were making jokes about how this was like COVID hotbed.
Yep.
And they were like out of sanitizer.
Sanitizer was empty in most of them.
Oh,
Bro.
You got it?
that was
Hold
right
on.
before it started.
Oh, the breakfast is served.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
Nick was like, what the fuck?
That's a big bed, though, man.
I did it.
Dude, that shit was so funny.
That was my first TikTok.
I did it.
Yeah, and then you guys came back and the fucking world went upside down.
We made it just in time.
We
man.
landed, and then the very next day were the first 3 confirmed cases because we were like,
Was it us? Bro, that shit was wild. That was so fun, though. I definitely need to go back, man.
Remember Top Golf?
We need to go to Cleveland, man.
Yeah,
It's open.
I really want to go to Top Golf. That was so fun.
so bad at golf.
You were awesome.
Yeah, but
I'm
that-
good
It
at
was fun.
hitting.
It's fun.
I'm
Yeah.
terrible, but I like drinking and watching. So
Yeah,
it's like real golf.
We do
Yeah.
really need to go.
Just drunk driving around a fucking golf cart.
Dude, they need to have that as part of it. Like where you can do like a golf cart race or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yes, like a little arcade game where you drive golf carts.
They should let you go out on
race around the green.
Shows you what?
They should let you go out on like that skimmer thing that picks up all the balls. Just have people.
That should be like an experience.
Cleaning the ball.
There was a driving range I went to in North Carolina, and they had a school bus and an airplane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you could like aim at the school bus, and that's dope.
I've seen like cars. They have that at like, Buzzard Cove. They have cars out at their driving range, but never an airplane.
We need to go paintballing.
Dude, paintballing's so fun. Yeah, I love it. Did I show you the video?
It's been a while.
Did I send you the paintball sniper video?
No. I saw that.
Did you
see
make
that? Sniper rifles?
He was in like the
full draft.
Yeah,
bro.
This dude
was in the full like ghillie suit.
Yeah,
and he had a legit full-on
bolt
paintball
action
sniper rifle.
Bolt action?
Yes, and this dude was just taking people out, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to
hit somebody in the nuts.
He had a GoPro mounted on it, and he's just like, boop, and just the people are like, fuck. Because they're far as fuck away, man.
And they're just standing on top of this thing.
Dude, I'm trying to get that.
Dude, it's so legit.
Is he just like,
so
he shot and it's like, ching.
Yeah. He's got it like hooked up so you can, like, you video.
So he still got like a hopper on it?
You see through his scope.
I don't think so.
No, bro. His is
it's like something underneath.
Yeah. Because it's a single.
Dude's got a magazine of
paintball.
It's just a single shot because he's like bolt actioning it.
So sick.
So the last time I went paintballing, we played in this one. It was
you saw it on TikTok?
I'm trying to see if I can find it.
Indiana, and they had all these cool courses and everything. One of them was built just like High Rise from Call of Duty, the old one.
Mm-hmm.
But they had one that was just a ravine, and then at the bottom of it there used to be a river there. I think it was just dried up because it was summertime, probably flows at some point. And there's two little bridges. So we're playing Capture the Flag. I go running down there, and they've got tiny little rooms at the end of the bridge. So I'm like pinned down because there's dudes in the bunkers up top just laying it out. I can't move. I'm like, fuck this. I go to run. And I slip on the paint on the wood and fall.
Jeez, dude.
And I swear that is the scaredest I've ever been because I thought I was going to get a paintball right up the ass.
Oh, you didn't?
No, they didn't get me.
Jeez.
I ended up escaping, but I ended up getting shot like underneath the mask.
I thought you were dead for sure, man.
Dude, I was like, please God, if there's ever a time, like, do not let me get a paintball in the butthole.
It's been probably 15 years since I've gone.
Paintball in the butthole, he says.
Yeah.
Paintball's fun.
It's so fun.
If you get it there, obviously you know the worst areas, but like there's your neck too is pretty bad.
So the first time I ever played,
too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
My brother used to play semi-pro, and they were like on their way to getting a professional team. They just all decided to go to school instead of pursuing it.
Yeah.
But like they were getting paid to play for a while, and my brother sneaks up on me.
Yeah, it's so dope.
Fucking shot me from like 15 feet maybe. Got me right in the neck.
Oh,
didn't even hurt. It just went instantly numb all the way down my jaw to my collarbone. And then it ended up swelling out like a goose egg. And it took forever to heal. It looked like a fucking hickey for a while. Like it was scabbed over before
That's what I'm saying. The neck is too sensitive, man.
But what was worse was I put my hands up to call out, and 3 more just went
your hands, bro.
Right on the fingers. And like he told me before, and he's like, wherever you get hit, it's going to hurt, but you can count to 10 and it'll be done. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, 1, 2, 3, like 4, 38. It was so bad. Fingertips are still like the worst to me. I've been shot everywhere. Fingers are the worst.
Swings and things are like fun and stuff. One of those has it because we went for my brother's birthday and they've got a paintball course there.
Must be swings and
things.
You can fun and stuff just has laser tag.
Swings and things does have one, yeah.
It's like on the back side, and they have a full rental. You can get all the masks, the guns, paintballs, and then they've got like a course.
Mm-hmm.
And we went there, and it was so fun. And it's like a close quarter, like it's kind of
I sent you the video.
Like you're in like a blown up like town.
Yeah.
So there's like little rooms you can hide in, and then like blown up rubble and stuff you hide behind.
They had one
cool.
at that place I was at that was cool. It was modeled after D-Day. So one team started on a bunker, and then another one started in the little like those armored ships and they drop it down, and that's how you start.
Dude, we gotta go.
And it sucks because the people in the bunker, it's just like fucking D-Day. They're
they're just cutting you off one by one. You dive out.
Where was that at?
I think it was in Indiana. It might have been in Ohio,
to
though.
be
I'd have to find
the invasion team.
You didn't get to pick. They just told you that's where it was. And you switch.
Dude, that's bullshit.
It's so fun. Because I'm a rusher. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, it doesn't hurt that bad.
I know. Me and Nick play Warzone with you.
Yeah, I try to catch. It's just like Warzone. I catch you off guard and I try to go after you. The one we were playing was in the woods. And this dude's shooting at us, and he's got me and Josh like kind of caught off guard, but like we see where he's at. I'm like, all right, shoot at him. I'm gonna go around. So he goes, lays down fire. Dude ducks down, and I'm full sprint. This is back whenever I was fast, and I get back there, and there's
not
fucking,
touching that one.
I used to be much stronger.
There's fucking 4 of them sitting right there, and I had no idea. And I just went to run, and they just got me like 27 times or something. Like I was lit up.
See, that's what I want to be. I want to be the guy that just stands right by the flag and just cuts people off.
Dude. Yeah. You guys ever use one of the grenades?
Mm-mm.
They're literally like 2 tubes that are like twisted down with like pressure.
Yeah.
And if you pull the pin on it and then throw it,
like straightens out,
fall, and then the pressure like spins it and it shoots out paint all around you.
Fuck. So dope, man.
Yeah. They give you smoke grenades and stuff too. Those like suck.
There's people that are
like
so
not like they suck to
that.
be like used against, like they just don't produce a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
They should use the color smoke.
They do.
Pop smoke.
Yeah, they're all colored out and everything. It's just really, really thin. Maybe they're better in other times, but like every time I've ever seen them used, they're whack. But the grenades are like awesome. You get one good throw and you take out like an entire team.
They should have like a rocket launcher.
Right?
I want a shotgun.
Dude, the bolt action
6
rifle.
of them go.
Yeah, that bolt action rifle is.
I gotta watch that.
That's just fun to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, shotgun would be dope too. Just be cracking people.
I'd do it.
Yeah, paintball's fun, man. I like growing up. There was a lot of people I went to school with that were like hardcore into it. I never got into it.
Yeah.
But then like going a couple of times, my brother has friends that are really into that and like airsoft. I'm like, man, I wish I got into this because it is a lot of fun. And it's crazy because there's like just like real guns. Dude, you can customize the shit out of these things.
Yeah.
Airsoft is
Crazy
fun.
hoppers and scopes and just like different pressurized shit. Like it's wild.
Couple $100 for
People
sure.
spend big money on these guns, man.
TikTok.
And then like full crazy masks and outfits, and
We used to play airsoft like every week.
Yeah.
Because when my brother was the youth pastor at the church, we had the youth building, which was just a giant open thing.
Yeah.
So we just go in and flip over tables and put up couches and everything. And there were 3 exits that you could get in. One was a side door that led to the bathrooms, and then you had to come out a hallway door to go.
Yeah.
And then you had 2 double doors as the main entrance, and then you had a fire exit on the one side. So we would always just put like 3 or 4 people inside and then like twice as many people outside. And then it was your job to defend. And it was some of the most fun I've ever had. I got thrown through a wall.
Dude. Such a good time.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how that evolved. That was an interesting conversation.
I don't know how we.
Yeah, I don't even know where that started.
That's just standard. We just go off on a tangent.
You brought up something additional, and that started from there, like off my movie talk.
I don't know. Me and Nick we were talking about TikTok, and then that turned into sniper TikToks and Coke TikToks, and who the fuck knows what else. We just love to go off on tangents of stuff that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I think that's pretty much everything. We talked about a lot of shit.
Yeah.
All kinds of
good
different
episode.
stuff. Chris, you got your phone handy?
Yeah.
So, not to be out gifted, because I'm very competitive, and Nick's getting like $500 worth of pops, and I didn't get my Lamborghini. But
I've been still looking.
I've been working. I've been working on something for 2 weeks, and I'm like a parent on Christmas, and I can't wait. So this isn't fully done. It is done, but it's not fully done. But I have done this for you since finding out that this is your favorite movie of all time.
Okay.
I sent it in the group messenger.
Okay. Oh, dude.
So I'm gonna print that and frame it for you.
Holy shit.
But I couldn't wait to give it to you because I'm just, I'm bad about giving gifts.
Dude, look at the coloring on that thing. Oh, man.
So that is a thank you to you, sir, just for being a great friend and all of your help recently.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate you. So I
did the parts with the buildings.
Did you?
Yeah.
The sunlight?
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah,
I found the original image for them to copy and paste.
Yeah.
You think I could would I be able to make that into like a movie poster size?
I don't. So I mean, it's digital. So like print quality wise, it should print good. I don't know how big you can go,
Mm-hmm.
but I can email you the full file but I'm gonna print it. I'm gonna print it and frame it on like probably like an 11 by 17 or whatever. But you could, I don't know, you could try it. I don't know, like I don't know how big you'd be able to print it and it maintain. But the canvas size that I use like within my iPad to do it is called A4, which is supposed to be poster sized.
Okay.
So I mean, there's probably a good chance that you'd be able to print it that big.
God, I'd love to put it like on an 18 by 24 in my room.
Yeah, man. So I'll email you the actual file for it, and then I'm going to get it at least a smaller version framed for you.
That's incredible. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. You are welcome. Wow. And with that, I think that is the show. Shoot, we're going on like 3 hours almost. So until episode 26 next week, please share, subscribe, hit the bell, like, follow, all of the above. Join us in listening. We're trying to expand our audience. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in today, and we will catch you guys next week.
Later.
Podcast.
Oh, yeah, podcast. Oh, these nuts.
These nuts.